Utility District getting ready for the big game.
Deep in the heart of the Rockwood jungle, listen to the sound of the tigers rumble. Deep in the heart of the Rockwood jungle, listen to the sound of the tigers rumble.
Score a touchdown this football season by purchasing your natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. ORUD carries a full line of washers, dryers, ranges, cooktops, logs, grills, and much more in a variety of brands and styles.
So be the MVP of your team by using comfortable, affordable, and reliable natural gas from ORUD, a winning combination. So now the only question is,
What time is it?
It's high school football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to Tom Pemberton Stadium, Civitan Field here in Rockwood, where tonight we kick off the 2013 high school football season. Ron Berry along with David Queener. And David, doesn't seem like it's possible, but here we are.
Yeah, we're here. New faces for Rockwood. It's starting all over. New faces for Oneida. A lot of new kids out tonight. A lot of kids are going to get their first time under the lights. Going to be an interesting night, and high school football, Ron's always interesting anyway. So I'm glad to be here tonight.
Well,
one of my favorite places.
Kicked off last night with some ball games around the area, but had a little shower here about an hour and a half ago. It's cleared out now, so if you're watching us and didn't know about the weather's fine. So come on down and be with us. David, a year makes a lot of difference. And for the Rockwood Tigers, what a difference it has made. The Tigers lost a lot of young men last year, and have a lot of replacements that they have to come up with tonight. Oneida as well. So it's going to be a game possibly of two halves. We may see a lot of mistakes in the first half by a lot of young kids, and then in the second half you may see a lot of kids grow up. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here tonight.
Well, it is, and like I said earlier, you don't know when you turn the lights on tonight, how it's really going to go. So, because this one counts. What they've done in the past, it hadn't counted, Ron, just scrimmages. So, you lose the top caliber players that Rockwood's lost from last year's team. It's hard to replace kids that's been around for 3 or 4 years and played and gave you a lot. And Coach Webb lost a lot of good young men last year. But you know what? They have to reload every year, it seems like, anyway, so it's part of a high school football coaching job.
How about 4 offensive linemen, 3 leading rushers, a leading receiver, and a quarterback?
That's a lot. Well, you know what? In that group, there were some friends there for us. We got to be having them up on Wednesday nights. We had some friends there. So what I look forward to, it'll be some new friendships that'll be made maybe over the next 2 or 3 years, that they'll get to where these young men that we've lost, they'll start to have with us. So we get to start all over too, but it's here. We're ready to go. We've been waiting for it and talking about it for weeks. Let's do it.
Well, it is, and just as Rockwood has to reload, so does Oneida, and Oneida with they have 4 seniors, David, this year, 15 freshmen. About 12 juniors, And
you called it off to me there earlier. I heard you talk about it. A lot of, when I talked to Coach Lambert like you have, a lot of young kids, a lot of inexperienced kids. He's sort of starting over too. So we'll wait and see what we got. It might take a quarter or two for everybody to get settled out there.
Well, I think you're exactly right. And Coach Lambert obviously, is in a little different situation than he's been in that, obviously he's a defensive coach, and he loves. I think last year they only gave up like 10.5 points a game. I talked to him earlier this year, and he said my defensive ends, they're going to know what to do, but they only weigh 140 pounds.
Yeah.
So can they get it done? So I think that's the kind of situation we're going to see here tonight. And like you said earlier, in single A and double A football, this isn't anything new. But I think one of the key things tonight, David, is going to be any time that you have a quarterback coming back to lead your offense, you're a lot better off than when you have one that's never taken a snap with the lights on.
Oh, most definitely. I agree with you 100%. If you've got that quarterback coming back on, it doesn't really matter if he's only got 1 year experience. It's better than one that's not got any. So tonight that'll be the key, I think, how the quarterbacks play and how some of these young offensive linemen for Rockwood perform tonight. So, and you're right on the small level. Small level don't get to have JV teams probably because they're not very deep. Take the big schools, Ron, to get JV experience and other experience, and it really helps them. So this is really good high school football. We're going to see a good high school football game tonight.
Well, it is, and it's a great way to start the season because this is a mid to late season kind of game here. I mean, these are two programs that go way back, and there was a lot of tradition when they were in the same district and stuff. So this football game means a lot to both of these coaches, and certainly anytime you can start a season like this, you sort of hate it from a coach when you're trying to fill a lot of spots because you don't really know what to expect. But, the lights are on, and we're just a little bit away.
As you can see their schedule there, I mean, Oneida, Wartburg, Harriman, then Kingston. I mean, there's some rivalry games here. Run the Harriman-Rockwood game, and one of the oldest in the state.
It is the oldest in the state.
I mean,
exactly right.
The top end of this schedule is loaded, and then coming down towards the bottom part of the schedule, there's Greenback and Grace Christian. And everybody's saying Grace Christian's the team to beat this year going to the state, and I don't know whether that's the case or not.
All right, our pregame program brought to you by Bargers & Sons, and certainly glad to have them with us tonight. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more pregame here at Civitan Field.
Tornadoes, one of the most destructive forces in nature, occurring anywhere in the United States. They're capable of slicing a path over a mile wide and miles long. Over the past few years, they've increased in frequency, and it's only a matter of time before one hits close to you. Barger & Sons make 2 shelters, the partial underground shelter or the freestanding shelter. Both are capable of withstanding an F5 tornado, are NSSA certified, and guaranteed to keep your family safe. So before your family feels the effects of a deadly tornado, contact Barger & Sons about a storm shelter today. Call 865-270-8080 for Barger & Sons.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers, and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law, and the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as the pregame continues here tonight. And again, Oneida and Rockwood. And David, as I was talking a little earlier, this rivalry goes back a long ways. There's been some really good football played between these two teams, and it's really a really good
weapons.
A really good situation here tonight. The weather probably not a factor, because if we see 5 or 6 passes thrown cumulatively,
that'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah, we're not going to break no record. Listen, folks, don't get up and leave tonight, because this is going to be a quick game. It's going to be pound and ground, and we're going to do it. Now, Lambert might surprise us a little bit and throw. Coach Webb, he ain't got 3 passes in his offensive playbook, I don't think.
No, I think what you'll probably see out of Oneida is coming out in the wing tee, and then they may go to some direct snaps and do some other things. But you're exactly right. I think the bulk of this will be, and if they don't get out of bounds running the football, this game could be over before you get your popcorn eaten tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So it's going to be a quick game. But you know, Ron, we talked about the two teams, but we've got 2 good head football coaches here tonight with good coaching staffs. Coach Webb and Coach Tony Lambert, two good high school football coaches. Probably 2 of the best in the area right here we got tonight.
Well, and again, awfully good to be with you here tonight as we start another season here on BBB Channel 12. And man, how quickly it goes, and how quickly the season will go now as we start here tonight. But glad to have you with us. We thank our sponsors again for being with us again for another year and trying to showcase these young people, because not only will you see a good football game, you'll see a lot of pretty cheerleaders. You'll see bands out here at halftime. And it's Coach Mr. Metcalf walking by right here, right now with the band, and what a great job he's done. So you get all of that right here tonight. And when you want to have a lot of excitement, come to a high school football game.
You got that right. There's going to be, this is going to be a good game tonight, Ron. Two powerhouse teams in the past, and I wouldn't expect anything any different tonight than have a really good football game.
I think
the weather's going to cooperate with us. It's not too hot. It's cooled it down a little bit. There's a nice breeze blowing out. You can see the flag. It's got a good little breeze blowing. So I think we're in for a good game tonight.
And I think what you're going to find tonight is you're going to find a lot of smash mouth football in the trenches, and the team that's the most physical and gets it done with the least mistakes, which we always say, but you can't lay the ball on the ground tonight early, because that's going to be a real key. But David, when you've got this many young kids playing for the first time, when these lights come on Friday night, it doesn't matter how often you've practiced or how hard you've practiced. The speed of the game just really comes a big part of it.
Well, they've had scrimmages, and they've not had the fans like they're going to have tonight. They've not had the band here. They've not had all the radio and the TV stations that are here. So it's going to be a little bit different atmosphere. But also, I agree with everything you said. I think what we need to see tonight, whose team grows up the fastest tonight? Who makes the adjustments? What young kids makes the least mistakes tonight to allow their football team to win? And with both these coaches, it's sort of like flipping a corner on it. You really don't know, because they're both in their dressing rooms right now, and I guarantee they're giving some speeches right now.
Well, sure, and one of those speeches is, guys, we started way back in January lifting weights and stuff. We spent all summer out here in the hot sun, and now it's, the lights are on.
It's time to.
We've got our fancy uniforms on.
Time to cash a check.
You've got the new shoes. It's time to go out now, and we've prepared you all we can do. It's up to you now.
It'd be like us. We got new uniforms on too tonight.
Well, I didn't want to bring all that up. Heck fire. Some other games of interest around the area tonight. Oliver Springs travels to Unaka. Bearden is at Sevier County. Anderson County at Clinton. That's a big ball game, David, because if you're Anderson County, you want to start off and open the road up in a district game right off the bat. If you're Clinton, you got to look for some wins.
Yeah, if you're Clinton, I really think that game is more important to Clinton than it is to Anderson. It's important to Anderson County too. Don't get me wrong, but it's really important to Clinton. They need to win that football game. Ron, they've not won that football game in the last 3 or 4 years, and they need to stop the bleeding. I'm not saying it's a real bad bleeder, but they need to stop it. They need to win tonight. Really, that would really help Coach Kerr's program. You can't really put it in words how much it would help.
Austin East is at Grace Christian. Sweetwater is at Greenback. Webb is at Maryville. Are you ready to say Maryville might be in trouble this year?
Well, Maryville might be in trouble if they're playing Fulton, but they're not in trouble playing Webb tonight, though.
Hey, there's a little bit. Webb's a really good football team.
Now I'm gonna use your little thing that you use on me all the time.
Okay.
Webb's a 6A school. Well, I mean, Maryville's a 6A school. Webb's a small private school. Maryville's going to have more depth at all those positions, and I think they're at the end they come out.
One thing though, does Maryville have 2 Division I players on their team?
They've got I believe we've got one at least. He's an offensive lineman, if I ain't mistaken.
Okay. Because Webb is probably as physical as they've been. Webb typically isn't a physical football team.
They might be physical, but they're going up against probably one of the best teams in Tennessee.
I understand that.
Now,
but if you're going to get Maryville, you better get them
we
early.
get them now. If you were telling me tonight that Maryville was playing Fulton, I would tell you that Maryville's probably in trouble.
Sale Creek's at Oakdale. Cofield goes to Copper Basin.
Big win for Cofield.
And Alcoa is at Smith County. So that's some
Alcoa
other games around the area tonight. So last night, Fulton with a big win over Powell. And, David, they made it really look easy.
They did. But, there's a couple things worries me here. As I was watching the game last night, it's all right to say that Fulton's got a good team because I believe they've got a good team. Let's don't give them a go football just yet. We got to play all these games. You got to play about 14 more games, and you got to go through that and be healthy the whole time through there. Let's let them play. They've got some tough games coming up. Taking a small school like they are and playing Bearden and Farragut and Central, those are going to be 3 tough. And Powell, well, Powell's down just a little bit though.
Well, but Powell, there were a lot of folks who were predicting a district championship for Powell. And obviously you can't take that one game because that was the first game. But what you can do, though, is judge the speed and stuff Fulton looked really, really fast last night.
Oh, they did. They looked good. And, all the talk was about the Rollins kid, but the other kid was just as good.
So for the Bargers and Sons, we thank you for being with us here on this pregame show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The coronavirus is changing the way we live our lives, but seriously injured people still need our help. At OEB, we're committed to helping you no matter what. So, we've introduced a system where we can take care of your case almost completely electronically. You don't have to leave your home for us to start helping you. All you have to do is call. The future may feel uncertain, but we can get through it together. If you're injured, you still deserve justice. Call 546-1111. Call right now.
We treat you like family at RMG.
If you have scrap metal, Rome Metals will pay you cold hard cash on the spot. Junk cars, we buy them. Ferrous and non-ferrous metal, we buy that too. Aluminum cans, you bet. We can also arrange pickup for industrial customers. Rome Metals is located just off Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood. Open 8 till 4 weekdays and 8 till noon on Saturdays, the 11th and the 25th.
About all the pregame, about all you can say has been said.
Let's
the Rockwood Marching Band setting up the entrance for the Tigers, but as we know, in past couple of years, the Tigers have marched around in front of their home fans, and I'm sure that probably Coach Webb will keep that tradition going. A lot of folks showing up.
The field looks good tonight too, Ron. That field is immaculate. Looks really good. And there is a good crowd here standing along the fence and the bleachers all the way around. And Oneida looks like they brought a pretty good crowd. By the time you put the band in over there beside them, it's going to be a good crowd on the far side for the visitors. So we've got a good crowd going here tonight at Rockwood. Good place to see a high school football game. Come watch a high school football game. Some good people down here.
Did you check the officials out tonight?
Officials? We got Mr. Stan Huff, Brian Jackson, Travis Bourne, Leonard Scarborough, Daniel Ingram, Jason Legg, and Dale Mandy, I believe that's his name. We got some good officials. Stan come up and talked to me and Brad before the game, was talking about some new rules this year, like one's really the pass interference rule, one that offensively and defensively, it's not an automatic first down now anymore for pass interference. It's a 15-yard penalty. It's not a loss of down on the offensive side if it's offensive. So there's some new rules.
That's big in high school football.
It is. It's big in high school football. Yes. And, we got a good crew here tonight. Stan's a good guy. He always wears a microphone for us if we need it. And I think he's hooked up tonight maybe through the PA system here at Rockwood, and we'll catch him that way. But we always have good cooperation of our officials.
There's a new PA system in place here tonight, and should really give the fans a little more enjoyment in hearing what's going on. Also, tonight we've got the 25-second clock on the field as well.
Yeah, we're not operating. No, they're not
so
working.
We've got an official here who's free tonight.
Yeah, well, Coach Webb told me earlier that the one on the far to our left they couldn't get it to work, and so they're not going to use it. If you can't have them on both ends, they're not going to use it. But you're right, we would have had that seventh official tonight here to do that 25-second clock.
And he's here, so he gets I don't know what happens.
He gets to check in, well, I guess. You tell this is a big game because you got the head supervisor here for the area. Ken Buchanan's here. Been up in the press box, wanted to check in. All those officials love us.
I thought he might be. Throwing you a white flag or something to start the season off.
No, he wanted to know who we was highlighting this year, and I can't really let that out right now. I ain't decided who we're doing. Now we might give him a break this year.
That'd be good.
They've made some promotions that I'd like to ask him about. That
would be
Kennedy got promoted to a white hat. Now I don't know how that.
All the publicity you gave him.
Then he owes me some of his check-in, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to talk to him about that. But I don't think we'll see Mr. Kennedy much this year. He'll probably be at. He'll have to. Here comes Rockwood. Looks like they're gonna. Are they gonna come through the gate? Or are they gonna walk all the way around?
Line up and walk around. I think now is the way they. Yeah, coach. I think coach is fixing to get in line there. And again, folks, we're just extremely happy to have you with us. And there's one of your old former players from last year down there you were talking about.
Yeah.
Civilian this year.
Yeah, civilian this year. Well, we've had some these kids. We get to see the Rockwood kids just a little bit more because of turn up the heat on Wednesday night. Now I'm assuming that'll take place this week. And they can catch us live at Lincoln's Sport Grill, and man, we're having a good time out of that, and that's a lot of fun. Come down and get a meal and watch us down there. Maybe pop a question to us. Come on down. Check us out on Wednesday night. New time, 7 o'clock. Next Friday night, we're going to kick off the Friday night scoreboard. Me and Big Marty and Brad will kick it off and get it rolling, and we'll be ready to roll. We hope we roll for about 14, 15 weeks.
And next week, we'll be at Kingston.
It'll be a good game.
A big ball game. It'll be Coach Pankey's era at Kingston starting next week against a pretty good opponent, Grace.
Yeah, that's going to be a big win for Kingston next week, though. Big win.
So the Rockwood Tigers now with Coach John Webb leading the way here now will come walking in front of their stands.
How long's Coach Webb been here, Ron?
18 years.
18 years? Long time. Good coach. Really, really nice guy, I tell you. He really is. I really like Coach Webb.
So the cheerleaders leading the way as the Rockwood Tiger fans come to their feet. And one of our fine sponsors, Cobb Trucking, with one of the fine owners of Cobb Trucking sitting here in front of us, old Pops. And a former state representative, Peabody Ledford, in the stands tonight.
Yeah, well, Peabody needs to come in here and see me. I need to see him. He was supposed to buy me dinner tonight, and he didn't show up.
Just moments away from the opening kickoff here tonight with the Rockwood Tigers. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and it'll be kickoff time here at Civitan Field in Rockwood.
You guys support community here.
Rockwood Tigers have won the toss and deferred. So Coach John Webb's going to put his defense on the field first. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 high school football season is alive.
Go, no, go for launch. Booster. Go. Retro. Go. Vital. We're go flight. Guidance. Guidance, go. Surgeon. Go flight. Ecom. We're go flight. GNC. We're go. Telmu. Go. Control. Go flight. Procedures. Go. Inco. Go. FAO. We are go. Network. Go. Recovery. Go. Capcom. We're go flight. Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
It's time once again for live high school football action on the state's only live cable broadcast. It's the Coke Channel 7 Game of the Week. Tonight's live action is brought to you by Coke. Sit back and enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Rome Medical Center, right here, right now, we've got what you need. John Loudon's Auto Body Center, we're simply the best. ORNL Credit Union, discover the difference membership can make. Scanlon Lumber Company, for over 60 years, Roane County's building supplier. Rocky Top Markets of Roane County and East Tennessee. Patricia Neal Outpatient Centers in Harriman and Kingston. And cellular communications are provided by U.S. Cellular of Kingston, the way people talk around here. And now it's time for live high school football action on BBB Communications Cable Channel 7. Let's join our experienced broadcast crew of Ron Berry and Tony Brown.
Well, good evening and welcome to campus of Harriman High School. We're tonight, homecoming. Channel 7 and the Coca-Cola Game of the Week here tonight as, again, for the third consecutive week, we bring you the Loudon Redskins and the Harriman Blue Devils. In this, a huge Region 2 2A football game, Tony Brown.
Well, you're right. We've seen them 3 times in a row. We've watched them play down at Rockwood, at Kingston, and now tonight here at Harriman. And should be an exciting game. They're both matched up pretty evenly. Both of them come in tonight's game 2-1. Both of them have a loss to the Kingston Yellow Jackets. So look for an exciting time for the Harriman fans. It's homecoming. We're going to bring you the homecoming festivities, which will start in just a moment, about 7 o'clock. That's the reason we're coming on just a little bit early, so we'll be bringing you that and featuring all the homecoming attendants in their court. But an exciting ball game tonight. You know, Ron, when we looked at them early in the season, we picked this one to be a pretty good ball game, as we always try to pick the most interesting ball games. But this one has surely turned out to be a ball game that everyone in the district will be watching.
What a beginning to a very, very festive evening.
Our Heavenly Father, as we come to Thee in prayer at this time, we're thankful for this day and thankful for the opportunity we have to come here and celebrate these homecoming festivities this night. May we all be able to have good sportsmanship and be able to show love and concern for one another in all that we do and say. May all the athletes that perform this evening be able to perform to the best of their ability without any harm or injury to anyone. May those who are officiating this game be able to call a game that would be fair to both teams, and that when we leave this evening, we'll be able to go to our respective homes in safety. We give Thee thanks for all that we have, and for this opportunity we have to be members of this great nation. This we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Tony, a group of Harriman High School students doing a tremendous rendition of the national anthem here to get things started off tonight. Homecoming at Harriman High School, and that's always a very festive time as a lot of folks come back to enjoy homecoming. And I understand, speaking of coming back, your class is having a class reunion.
Well, that's exactly right. The class of 1969 going to have a dinner at the before the homecoming game, and then going to have a sock hop. You never go to a sock hop, did you, down at the old gymnasium?
That was some good days during the sock hop.
I'm telling you what.
I bet you won't move as lightly as you did in 1969 at the sock hop.
I don't know if any
at the hop. Boom, boom,
boom, at the hop.
Well, getting back to
That's
things here at hand. And Tony, homecoming. Generally, you probably would not have a region game for homecoming. You probably wouldn't have the co-leader of the region for homecoming. Again, the schedule probably, you want to get homecoming in before the weather turns bad. If you're Coach Bailey, you've really had to be mindful of this week, because generally the week of homecoming, lots of extracurricular activities going on.
I think we're going to go back to the PA system now, Ron, and let's let them lead us through homecoming. Brought to you by United States Sailor, Jerry Duncan Ford, and the, tell me.
Your mailbox and business center over in Kingston.
The homecoming court of honor is composed of the senior class of 2000. Included in this year's Court of Honor are the senior football players. They are Justin Borum, Jeff Buckholz, Josh Edmonds, Aaron Ferguson, Marty Goins, Ryan Hay, Justin Lawson, Jermaine Little, J.R. Boyles, Benji Willis, Nathan Wilson, and Adam Bright. the freshman, sophomore, and junior classes. The freshman attendants are Kelly Baldwin and Matt Smith. The sophomore attendants are Brittany McBroom and Caleb Mullins. The junior attendants are Amanda Dryman and Jonathan Sandos. The homecoming queen candidates and their escorts are members of the senior class. Each girl was sponsored by a club or organization in the high school. The entire student body voted for the homecoming queen. The candidates are from Daniel Staff, Sarah Wright, escorted by Zeke Pennington. Band, Kara Vaughn, escorted by Jay Udi. Beta Club, Jessica Arwood, escorted by Nick Kilgore.
Lisa Woody, escorted by Scott Wiggins. Cross Ties, Dreama Fizell, escorted by David Laxton. Decca, Brandy Turpin, escorted by Jason Powers. Ebony Club, Waisha Ray, escorted by Joe Eskridge. FCA, Pam Johnson, escorted by Nathan Newton. FHA, Sarah Fox, escorted by Jamie Smith. Interact, Stephanie Collins, escorted by Eric Rackard. Journalism Club, Cindy Largen, escorted by Andy Garrett. And Student Council, Lindsay Gaskins, escorted by Keith Murphy. The 1999 Harriman High School homecoming queen is Dreama Fizell. The Queen's escorts are the four senior captains for tonight's game: Justin Borum, Josh Edmonds, Marty Goins, and J.R. Voiles. The Queen's banner is presented by the junior cheerleader co-captain, Amy Cummings. The Queen's roses are presented by Amy Cummings and Mandy Smith. The roses have been donated to the Queen by Adkisson's Flowers and Gifts. The Queen's crown is presented by the junior cheerleader captain, Mandy Smith. Please rise for the alma mater.
Have concluded, and we have a new homecoming queen, Dreama Fazell.
Well, talked to her mother just a moment ago and asked her if she was nervous, and she said, who, me or Dreama? I said, well, either one, I guess. So I think Kathy was as nervous as Dreama. We'll try to get Dreama up during the halftime festivities and talk to her about her newly appointed queenship.
Okay. Now, getting back to business, a football game to be played here tonight, a big district football game. And speaking of homecoming, Tony, Coach Bailey, I'm sure one of the worries this week, a lot of extracurricular activities associated with homecoming. You come off of a big win last week against Upperman. You come right into homecoming. You know, he's got to make sure his football team leaves homecoming festivities behind right now. It's over. He's got to get his team ready now to go up against a really good football team in Loudon. And on the other side of the coin, Loudon probably has used this homecoming festivity as a tool against the Blue Devils this week, because normally if you're a head coach, you're going to tell your team, hey, they don't hold homecoming games unless they think they're going to win, and you know, they're probably making fun of you. He's used everything in the book. Coach Daniels, I'm sure, has not missed an opportunity to take advantage of that. So this was already going to be a good football game. We've got the makings here, Tony, of a really, really good football game tonight.
And, you know, I can think of just all kind of things Coach Daniels could have said. You know, said, well, you left that bunch over in Roane County. He said, you know, the first game we did was over at Rockwood. They kind of showed you up the first half. And so then you come back over here and you let that bunch over in Kingston beat us for our first loss. Said, we can't let that to happen. And don't forget, you all have got a Roane County person over there as principal, so we won't go over there and show him a thing or two, too, with Coach Aquaberger, who was at Kingston, is now the principal over at the Loudon High School. Talking about the homecoming, you know, if you look at their schedule, Ron, they've got, of course, Loudon tonight. They're away at Meigs County next week, and then their next home game is Alcoa. They're away at Oliver Springs, and then they've got Rockwood. So if they hadn't picked tonight,
it's bad weather.
That's exactly right. So that's probably, as you mentioned a while ago, one of the reasons that the homecoming is so early, and we're glad to be part of it and bring it to you here on Channel 7.
Well, we've also got a guest in the box with us tonight, Tony, as we had a Loudon caller call in last week on the school board show, and we sort of challenged him to come up and be in the press box with us tonight here as we watch this ball game. He's here.
Well, I missed that. I was out of town, but I understand he got kind of rowdy with you. I thought when he came up and you called me up here, we were going to have to throw him out or something.
Well, I can let you handle those if you'd like to take him on there.
He's a pretty good sized fella. I don't know if I want to do that or not. You know, I started to say I'd give him a shirt, but it won't fit him, so there's no need to give him one.
a former Redskin player, and you know, I can understand. But this ball game plus another big region ball game tonight, Austin East at Alcoa. Tony, that's a big ball game there, as right now Loudon, Harriman, Alcoa all undefeated. So if, as you see our Loudon guest right here, you're on TV right now, and we're looking forward to a good ball game here tonight. But Tony, as the Austin East Alcoa matchup goes tonight, an Austin East win against Alcoa and a Harriman win here tonight really puts the Blue Devils in the driver's seat, as they already have a victory over Austin East. So that really puts them in the driver's seat tonight. But first, Coach Bailey has got to have his football team. You know, they've spent all week
breaking down this film. And Tony, tonight we have strengths against strengths. We have two good running game going here tonight. We have two good quarterbacks who can throw the ball. Loudon has the big break in the Brown kid that can line up at tailback. He can line up at tight end, as we saw him do last week. It's going to be, an extremely good football game. We'll talk about the Blue Devils a little bit, and we'll let our guests talk about Loudon a little bit.
Sounds good. The kicking game, I'm always interested in the kicking game, and not seeing Harriman, but the first game, their kicking game lacked just a little bit. Seeing Loudon play twice, their kicking game was awful impressive. They kicked a field goal at the end of the last play of the half over at Kingston. So, they've got a field goal kicker. They've got an extra point kicker, so you have to watch out about that. Quarterback-wise, I'm like you. I think both of them are good quarterbacks. You've got the Bowers kid, left-handed quarterback, likes to roll out and throw against his body some. But on the other hand, you got Borum. I'm really impressed with the Borum kid. He's started for the last 3 years. He's a great quarterback, in my opinion. I'm going to give the edge to Harriman tonight. I believe that they're up for it. I believe that they'll come out with a victory tonight. Notice that the News Sentinel probably helped a little bit too. I think they picked the Loudon Redskins by 1 today. And, that's something that Coach Bailey also can use to motivate his team here on homecoming 1999.
Share with us a little bit about the Loudon Redskins.
Well, I think tonight, you're going to see another great ball game like we seen last week. I have to give the edge to Loudon because Loudon is deep, 2 or 3 on the line positions, and the main thing for Loudon tonight is if they take care of the football, if they like they should have against Kingston, I believe they'll come out victorious tonight because Daniels is a good motivator. And and like you said earlier, he picks his weaknesses and he picks on it, and then and then I just have to give my advantage to Loudon tonight.
Well, we'd be disappointed if you didn't, traveling over here and being an ex-Loudon County player. We've got the makings of a great one right here. We hope you'll stay with us for the Coca-Cola Game of the Week here on Channel 7. We're glad to have you with us. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers, and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law, and the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Tony, other big games around the region tonight. Halls is at Maryville. Maryville coming off of a really big loss at Heritage last week. So Halls and Maryville will be going at it. Scott County at Carter, and Scott County really scoring a lot of points right now as they're playing really well. Cosby will be at Cofield tonight in a big single A game, and Cofield trying to still get over the surprise that Midway put on them over there. So that'll be a big region game. Greenback is at Oakdale, and Greenback pretty impressive thus far this year. Jellicoe will be at Kingston, and look for Kingston to pretty much have their way, do anything they want to do. Coach King should be able to play a lot of kids over there tonight. And then the big one, the one you're watching right here, Loudon is here tonight taking on the Harriman Blue Devils in this big region game. Oak Ridge and Heritage both undefeated, and it's been a long time. Heritage has probably won more games this year, Tony, than they've won in the last 3 years combined. So Oak Ridge over at Heritage this year tonight. Wartburg.
Midway and the other county team, Midway Sunbright.
Rockwood traveling up to Wartburg to take on a former Rockwood coach in Larry Davis. Both of those teams, Wartburg still looking for their first win of the year. Rockwood looking to get their first region win. So look for a big ball game up on the mountain.
Should be a pretty good ball game. Both those teams probably pretty evenly matched. Both of them young, building on for next year, but should be a pretty good game there.
In a surprise, somewhat of a surprise situation, Seymour's traveling to Lenoir City, and Lenoir City looking for their first win.
You know, who would have thought that, you know, they were picked in the Murphy Fair, or by the coaches, and published in Murphy Fair's edition, to be the co-leader with Kingston this year. They come out and lose their first 3. Oliver Springs, they had them beaten. And you know how Coach Johnson's scrapping Bobcats are. They came back and won that game.
And we should have Sweetwater at Oliver Springs. And Sweetwater looking for their first win. So in the region, it's Loudon, Harriman, Oliver Springs, and Alcoa, 1-0. The other 4 teams 0-1. So tonight we start seeing a separation in the region. And again, a victory by the Blue Devils and a loss by Alcoa would certainly put the Blue Devils in really good position tonight.
And, you know, that's kind of unique, Ron, to have it this early to be separating like that. You know, we're in week 4. It doesn't seem like week 4, but here we are. This is week 4 for us. Sweetwater is kind of surprising. You know, you always expect them to have a pretty good ball team, but they really are down this year. Oliver Springs will win that ball game tonight, I think. But, you know, again, this is the game here. Look for a lot of the TV people from up around Knoxville to be at this ball game, because it'll have such an impact on some other teams around the Knoxville area. Good ball game. We're glad you're here, and we appreciate our sponsors, Jerry Duncan, Lincoln Mercury, Ford over in Harriman, your mailbox and business center in Kingston, and of course United States Cellular, the way people talk around here. If you need any cellular phones, go by and see Tom in Wendell. Had the opportunity to go by and see him this afternoon to take care of some cellular phone business. So just tell them that we sent you. And of course, always the Coca-Cola Company. We really appreciate the Johnson Coca-Cola Company of Rockwood and Knoxville for helping us, as they have all the schools throughout Rome County for all these number of years. We really appreciate Ken Jones and the fine folks at the Johnson Coca-Cola Company.
Well, and it is the Coke Game of the Week here tonight. And Tony, one of the reasons that the Knoxville TV and the media are down here, Region 2 2A, recognized around the state as one of the toughest regions in the state, and certainly week in and week out in region play, you have that top billing almost every week. So this truly is one of those tough regions to play in, and tonight's game certainly no different than any of the others. And as we await the arrival of the teams here tonight, we should say that this is only the beginning of a huge football weekend here in East Tennessee.
Boy, it sure is. As tomorrow night, everyone is not going down to Florida around 8 o'clock. We'll have the TVs tuned to the University of Tennessee Volunteers for a great game with Florida. I've never heard like a Steve Spurrier jokes in my life, or insults or slurs or whatever you want to call them. They have really been putting them on the radio and in the paper here lately. Just before we go into the Coca-Cola Game of the Week, let's tell everybody where we'll be next week and where the teams will be. As we said, the Harriman Blue Devils will be playing at Meigs County next week. The Kingston Yellow Jackets will be at Rockwood, and that's to be the game of the week next week at Rockwood. And also Midway will be traveling, they'll be playing at home at Cavalier Academy. So big games next week, and we'll be there next week to bring you the pregame, brought to you by our sponsors again down at Rockwood. So let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with live action here from Harriman as the Loudon Redskins come in to take the Harriman Blue Devils on this, the Johnson Coca-Cola Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
It's also, we have
again, homecoming here in Harriman for this big region ball game tonight. And Tony, when you stop and look at how programs have progressed, hadn't been probably 6 or 7 years ago that Loudon High School football was at an all-time low.
Well, I can remember some days when they just as soon not come to the ball field.
I mean, I've been there when there wasn't enough revenue generated to pay the officials. So Coach Daniels has come in and really got this program back on its feet, and now playing for for region championships. Got his team folks last year in 3A, moving down to 2A this year. So Coach Daniels done a great job there. Got his hands full tonight here, though, in Harriman, Tennessee,
where the Harriman Blue Devils will be taking on the Redskins. And as we've looked at the Redskins the last couple of weeks, very solid football team, both offensively and defensively, a very physical football team. And Tony, that's probably the key to tonight's game, is in the trenches. We talk about the trenches a lot, but tonight on both sides of the ball, the team that can win the trenches will be the one to probably come away with a victory here tonight and take care of the football.
Well, you know, again, we've talked about the quarterback. We've talked about number 1, Kurt Brown. The only thing, Brown's a great athlete, runs standing up a little bit. You know, if they hit him hard to begin with, they may have a chance with him. I think that's what Rockwood did to him. He adjusted at the Rockwood game, you know, bowed his head a little bit and picked up some good yardage. Again, you know, they've got the Brewster kid. I like the way he plays. They've got some great athletes on there. And, you know, again, we can't stress enough what a great ball game this is going to be. We're about 30 seconds away as we take you down to the field for the flip of the coin. The officials are there with the captains as they shake hands and prepare to flip the coin to see who will be kicking off and receiving the ball first to start this game underway. Beautiful night here tonight. The Loudon fans have really brought a good crowd with them, as they have done the last 3 games we've seen. Harriman also, the fans stands really beginning to fill up here, so they're ready to go. Everyone's excited, wanting to see a great ball game. As the sun sets across Walden's Ridge across the way, it's about time for football in downtown Harriman.
Well, Loudon has won the toss, Tony, and Loudon will defer to the second half. So Coach Daniels is going to put his defense on the field first and allow the Blue Devils an opportunity to see what they can do offensively. So Coach Bailey will have Coach Clark, his offensive coordinator, getting set to put the Blue Devil offense on the field. And we'll have the Edwards kickoff right after this timeout. Well, offensively for the Blue Devils, it'll be J.R. Voles at center. It'll be Huddleston and Haig, the guards. Hacker and Buckholtz will be the tackles. Reese Pryor will be at one split end position, and Nathan Wilson will be the tight end. Quarterback, Justin Borum. The running backs will be Marty Goins, Josh Edmonds, and Jermaine Little. That's how the Blue Devils will come out offensively, and the Edwards kickoff. Brought to you by the fine folks at Edwards Department Store.
We can just run right down the street and pick us out some shoes and some shirts and some suits right down at Edwards. Awful close by tonight. We really appreciate those folks being part of it. And you gave them a bargain here, buddy. They've really had the kickoffs this year and last year. I know that.
Well, we've got a different person kicking off. Wilkerson has been doing the kicking for the Redskins. And an onside kick to start things off. The ball is still on the ground and still fighting. I believe the Blue Devils have finally come up with it, Tony, as the ball laid on the ground for a long time. And as we said, Wilkerson normally does the kicking for Loudon, and we don't have that number on our roster, so we don't know who the kickoff was. But
you knew something was up as soon as you saw him change things around like that.
That's what happens when you get a team 3 weeks in a row.
You know what's going on with it. So Harriman will have it in pretty good field position, as they'll have it on the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, as we've just started the Homecoming 1999 Coca-Cola Game of the Week live from Harriman. You're watching BBB Communications Channel 7.
On the first play, Little will get the handoff, and Little will turn the left end, and Little will pick up about 4 yards on the play. He'll get it out to about the Blue Devil 48-yard line.
And, you know, they were concerned about whether or not Little would even get to play. Last week he sprained an ankle, and rumor had it that he may not be able to play tonight, but we noticed when he came out he was dressed out, and I'm sure that Coach Bailey's glad to have him as a running back for their team.
Up front for the Redskins, Brooks, Turpin, Henderson, and Baker for the Redskins as they jump into a 5-man front. They'll give it to Goins, and Goins hit behind the line, and Goins will fight for about a yard gain across the 45, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. Good penetration that time by the Redskins.
Ronskin comes in and makes the stop. Now, we've announced his name several times too, Ron. You can look for him throughout the night to be a playmaker for the Loudon Redskins.
On both sides of the ball. as he'll be the big bruising fullback on offense. So on the first possession of the ball game, the Blue Devils will have it 3rd and about 4. The ball just across the Blue Devil 45-yard line. Again, Pryor splits out wide to the right. Goins in the slot. Goins wide open across the middle, deep. Otherwise, they come up to the tight end. Goins, though, had his man beat deep, but they get it to the tight end, and Wilson will pick up the first down. And that time, Tony, all Borum was trying to do was pick up the first down. But look to come back, because normally the Blue Devils will just put Goins in motion. That time they left him at home. He came out and ran a little post pattern, and keep in mind, put that one in your memory bank.
Well, that just makes Loudon have to look in all directions now. When they run that play again, we'll see what happens.
Blue Devils 1st and 10. They give it to the fullback up the middle, and he's churning across the Redskin 45 down to about the 44 as Edmonds on a good first down drive. And Tony, right now on those 2 first down possessions, the Blue Devils picking up about 5 yards. Boy, if you're Coach Bailey, you like that.
Well, you've got to like the way the offense is doing. You've got to like the way the line's making the holes so the running backs can come in and pick this yardage up. You know, if you keep picking up these 5 yards every play, that means a lot. You're running time off the clock, and you're keeping that offense off the field for Loudon.
Goins around the right side. Goes for about 2 yards as they keep him in bounds. Well, they're going to say about a yard is all they're going to give him as he stayed in bounds. The clock remains moving, and it will be 3rd down and about 4 once again. So on the second series, again, 3rd and 4 with 9:08 left here in the first quarter of play. So the Blue Devils will come to the line once again. Little and Edmonds. Well, now Edmonds is going to be the only setback. Goins in motion to the right. Borum swinging out to the left, has running room. Now will throw it. Wide open, incomplete. Wilson there, unable to hang on to the ball, and it will be 4th down and about 4. Wasn't sure that time. Think that Borum possibly could have run that time as he got to the corner and had the corner beat.
Vols will be the punter for Kingston as he goes back.
So in the first series here, it'll be Vols. Now Borum's the back. Borum's the short man. Borum's the short man. Vols, though, gets the kickoff, a low end-over-end kick that'll be scooped up by Bowers, and Bowers is going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. Let's see flags.
Well, I don't see any flags. I may have seen a couple of penalties, but I just didn't see any flags thrown. The kicker went to the ground. They said that was incidental, but there was a clip out here on the 30-yard line that Loudon may have clipped number 1. No flag there.
So the Redskins will have it now. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line on this, their first possession offensively tonight.
Again, we've got a left-handed quarterback, so we'll see which way he rolls out. He really likes to roll and throw across his body.
Quick pitch to Brown with a blocker out front. Little fights off the blocker and comes up to make a big hit for the Blue Devils. Boy, Little came up that time really quick, fought off the blocker, and was able to take Brown down.
You know, Brown comes in again. I think he runs a lot standing up. I think he needs to come down and bowl a little bit. But again, a good athlete. But he gets hit first and drops for about a yard loss. So we'll see what Mr. Brown does now.
Well, Walker's lined up at one tight end. They like to go to him. But this time they give it to the big fullback, and he rambles across the 30-yard line out to the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redskins, and Ronska that time doing what he's done all year, Tony. He just barrels his way across behind the guard and tackle for a first down.
You know, we've seen that for the last 2 games, as we mentioned pregame. He'll be one of the ones that you'll really have to watch. He goes both ways, defensive and offensively. Another good player for Coach Daniel.
Ronska the fullback, Brown the tailback. And they'll go the other way with Brown. This time he comes in off the block of Ronska, and he'll pick up about 6 yards as he gets it out to about the 37-yard line. That time he got the good lead block, cut it back inside, and picked up about 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd down and 3 as the ball be spotted on the 37-yard line.
Ball on the 37.
Bowers yet to throw this evening, as success coming on the ground thus far. As this time now they'll set 2 out wide to the right, and Brown up the middle. A little confusion on the handoff that time. Brown takes the handoff and will be no gain on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 7. Good play by the Blue Devils.
And I'm sure that the Blue Devils can hold here. Coach Bailey will really be pleased with his team after they picked up the first down, then hold them here. Be 3rd down and 2. Ball on the 38. 6:20 remaining, first quarter of action.
Tony, this might be a situation where you see Walker come right up the seam on the from the tight end. But no, they give it to Ronska, and Ronska's going to be stopped. He's going to be short of the 1st down by about a half a yard. And Bayless coming up to make a big hit on him. And thus far, Tony, both Coach Daniels content to just keep it on the ground and try to grind it out. The Blue Devils stand up to the test, and now the Redskins will punt it away.
You know, we said that once before. They've got a fake kick in their game plan, too. So, you know, look for it tonight sometimes, too, if they need it.
Well, Bowers, the short man on this punt. The good snap. Nice wobbly kick that's headed over toward Boyd. Gets a Loudon bounce and will go out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils as each team comes out in the first set and forces the other to punt. So again, special teams, both special teams thus far.
Big defensive game so far.
Have had no turnover, so the Blue Devils now will go to work.
We remind everyone to stay tuned tonight immediately following this ball game for the Friday night call-in show. What time did you get off the air last week?
Oh, we go to about 1 a.m., 1:15.
Okay.
And it was the offsides as they looked like the Redskins that time were going to try a little blitz and got into the neutral zone.
Well, that'll give a 5-yard penalty against Loudon, so they bring up 1st down and 5 for Coach Bailey's Blue Devils.
So 1st and 5 certainly makes it easier for the Blue Devils as Coach Clark sitting in a play with Andre Boyd. One of the things with Boyd on offense, you pick up some speed. As Boyd comes in motion. Borum gives to Goins, and Goins,
well, that's going to be close.
One player away from breaking it. If Brown doesn't come up and make the tackle, Goins has a lot of running room. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
So the Blue Devils come in to start it offensively as Loudon's called off sides for the first 5, and then a pickup of about 5.5 for the 1st down.
Ball on the Blue Devil 33-yard line where it is. 1st and 10.
Ball spotted on the 33-yard line.
So Loudon staying in their 5-man line. The Blue Devils. Borum rolling back. Looking to throw. Throw short, intercepted by Bowers. And Bowers will have it inside the Blue Devil 20 to 25 to about the 23-yard line. And Bowers read it perfectly. And Tony, we saw Bowers return one for a touchdown at Rockwood.
Well, we sure did, and he was looking at it all the way. Ray comes in and makes the hit for Harriman. As you see the replay, as you see Borum rolling back, and here he comes. He just runs right in front of the ball, picks it up. You know, when you got a quarterback playing back like that, he anticipates what the opposing quarterback does. So a good play there by Loudon. They've got it 1st and 10 now.
So the first turnover to Loudon. Brown, the running back, and the quick pitch. And this time Goins fights off the block.
Fumble.
The ball is loose. They're going to say the ball's on the ground. So the fumble is after, but it's still a loss of about 7 yards. And I tell you what, Goins that time played it perfectly. Chris Rowe was not able to make the block. And Goins coming up with a big play for the Blue Devils.
And then they just surrounded. I believe they blew the whistle. Don't know if the ball ever hit the ground or not. They probably ruled that he was down. If we see the quick replay here. And the pitch back, there's Brown. There they come up.
Big play, Marty Goins. Same formation as Crow in motion once again. Bowers this time, though, will roll right. And look, man there, complete. And in for the touchdown will be Franklin Henson. So Bowers to Henson on the touchdown for the Redskins. So 3:51 left, first quarter of play. The Redskins draw first blood and lead 6-0. And now Bowers will hold for the kick by Wilkerson.
Holding the ball will be number 11, Cody Bowers, number 5, Ryan Wilkerson for the extra point.
A flag is down.
Harriman jumps off sides.
Well, let's see if they were drawn.
They've been drawn. That was a 20, how many yards was that on the pass reception?
Offside, Blue Devils. 20, well, they lost about 26 yards, I think, Tony.
Offside.
Good pass and catch. So the Skins decline it, and the ball will still be placed at the 3-yard line.
Well, the kicker must be comfortable with his kicking zone there, I guess. Well, because we jumped off sides again.
Penalty marker on the field once again.
If they'd have taken both of those, they'd be close and could have gone for two, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I think this time they may go for 2, Tony. I don't know. Are they going to take it and go for 2?
Take the penalty this time, maybe.
Well, they're going to take the penalty anyway, and there goes the tee.
Going for 2.
So Coach Daniels is going to try to go for 2, it looks like here.
He must have heard us up here, you reckon? You reckon they've got a radio in here with our Redskin buddy behind us here, kind of listen to what we're saying?
Well, they're probably a lot smarter than we are.
So the play coming in from Coach Daniels on the point after the 26-yard pass from Bowers to Henson for the touchdown.
This time Crow, the running back, on the 1.5-yard try. They'll give it to Crow, and he's going to be stopped. So the Blue Devils stand up big. Boy, mark that one down, that he went for 2 points after the penalty. So a big turnaround by the Blue Devils, as they do not allow the Redskins the 2-point conversion. So it's 6-0 Redskins as we prepare for the Edwards kickoff. Edwards Department Store on Roan Street in Harriman, as they have all of your clothing needs, have all your shoe needs, both casual, sports, whatever your needs are.
Let's take a quick 30-second commercial. I said we don't have enough time to take a commercial, so we'll keep it here. 6-0 the score. Loudon Redskins. 3:54 first quarter of action.
Wilkerson set to do the kicking chores this time for Loudon and look for a regular kickoff this time. And again, Tony, probably something in the game film probably early. Saw maybe the Blue Devils front line going back right off the bat. Coach Daniels picked that up, tried to get it. Probably the ball got a little deeper than he wanted it to get off that first kick. But we have a Rockwood 7, Wartburg nothing score in the first quarter of play up on the mountain.
So Wilkerson will be set to kick the ball for Loudon. Back deep is Goins, Little,
And
Who else
Pryor.
is back there? And Pryor's back there. Kind of have to look out the corner here in the press box to be able to see that.
Wilkerson's kick will be a sort of wobbly kick that stays inbounds and is covered wisely.
Good job there
by Marty
Harriman.
Goins.
Not trying to pick the ball up and running because it was taking a backward bounce.
It sort of died on it, didn't
yeah.
it? So the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10, the ball at their own 22-yard line, trailing 6-0. So Borum getting his play call by Coach Clark. On homecoming, our homecoming queen tonight.
Dreama. And we're going to try to get her up here in a few
Dreama
moments.
Fazell. Blue Devils, 1st and 10. Borum this time gives to Little. Behind the blocking.
Good block there.
Turns the corner to the 25, out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Well, Edmonds comes in and gives a good lead block there to let him turn the corner.
Tony, you could see there that Harriman getting to the corner a little quicker than the Loudon Redskins do on that sweep that time. Edmonds making the good lead block, and Little able to turn the corner and get about 7 yards out of the play.
I guess he made that good block because his aunt's here tonight from over across the river. Miss Kathy Lawson, saw her in the stands a while ago.
Coming over for homecoming, I guess.
Well, that's right. I forgot about that, too.
This time Goins slips as he tries to make the cut, and Goins will go for about a yard loss on the play that time. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
.324 remaining first quarter of action here at Harriman. For homecoming 1999, the Loudon Redskins into town. Both these teams 2-1 thus far. A big game for both teams.
Goins in the slot for the Blue Devils. Borum rolling out to the right, looking across the middle. Well, now he goes out to Pryor, and Pryor gets it all the way out to the Blue Devil 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. So Borum puts it right on the money to Pryor. Good play.
And Pryor, pretty good hands. He's just a sophomore. So the Harriman faithful come alive with that first down and pass.
This time Pryor comes wide to the left as Little sets up in the slot. And on the little inside reverse, the ball's on the ground, still on the ground, and Loudon has it. Loudon has recovered as the Blue Devils tried the little inside reverse, and the Redskins recover at the Blue Devil 46-yard line.
Well, turnover is a big part of the game. You can't keep putting the ball on the ground and letting them do that after you come up with a big first down like that. So Harriman's really going to have to control the ball, tuck it in a little bit better than that.
Didn't appear that Little ever had total control of the ball coming through the line of scrimmage.
So that's 2 big turnovers against Harriman. Somebody in illegal formation or motion or something here early.
Illegal procedure charged to Loudon.
So the 5-yard penalty will be assessed, be 1st and 15 for the Loudon Redskins, as they'll be operating from their own 49-yard line.
So both of the turnovers, Tony, occurring in Blue Devil territory as well. So 1st and 15 now for the Redskins, as Brown is the lone running back. And he'll get the football and gets outside. And he'll get it down to the Blue Devil 40-yard line.
Stopped by number 4,
Andre Boyd
comes in and makes the stop, and you know, he was just a sidestep away of going almost all the way. Boyd comes in and puts the low hit to him, Ron.
Be 2nd down and about 5.
as the ball is now placed on the Blue Devil 40-yard line. As Bowers brings his team to the line of scrimmage. And this time, again, on the left side, Brown. And Brown will get
Stopped by number 46, Aaron.
about 3 of the 5, so it'll be 3rd and 2.
Third down. Third and 1. Ball on the Blue Devil 38-yard line.
So they bring Ronska, the big fullback, in. Place he and Brown in the backfield, and they'll give it to Ronska, the fullback. He's busted across the right side, still drawing his feet, dragging tacklers down to almost the 25-yard line.
Well, good second, third effort there by Ronska. He comes in and picks up a big first down, and looks like Marty Goins slow getting up. The sticks will move. It'll be 1st and 10 for Loudon. Ball's on the 27-yard line of the Blue Devils.
Ball on the Blue Devil 26-yard line.
Bowers this time rolls out, keeps, and he's got someone with him. Little, all over him.
Boy.
As Bowers that time really took about 2 steps from under center, and it was like Little knew what the play was.
I'll tell you what, like everybody just let him. I don't think anybody at all hit him. He came from the right side over there and just read that play tremendously. The officials give Loudon a good mark. They brought him back up about 4 yards. So that brings up a 2nd down and about 16.
So the ball placed now at the Blue Devil 33-yard line. So Brown will be the only running back. Bowers rolls left, looking, being pursued, throwing it deep, and it'll be incomplete and out of the end zone. And Bowers really just ran out of real estate that time, as Goins was in really pressuring him.
Hot pursuit.
Pressure applied by number 55, J.R. Bull, number 4, Andre Boyd.
So that's bring up 3rd down and 16.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Bowers and Brown at the sideline talking to the coach as they come back in.
Andre Boyd defending on the pass play in the end zone. So a big 3rd down play. And here, Tony, probably if you're Coach Daniels, if you can pick up half of it here, you probably go for the rest on 4th down.
We haven't heard anything from number 2. What was his name? Leffier or something? That he's been a player on their team. Oh, the quarterback's hit hard. Pass is incomplete. And Bowers is hit then as Anthony Bayless comes in, puts a hit on him.
Tony, that was a pass that probably should have been caught. He had to go up for it a little bit. Bore him all over him, applied a good hit. So now it's 4th down.
May have heard a few footsteps in the background there.
And looks like Coach Daniels sending in a play. So he feels like, I guess here, if you punt it, he probably punts it into the end zone. It's too far for a field goal. So he's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Redskins are going for it.
Bowers on a 3-step drop. Man falls down, and it's intercepted by Goins.
Pass intercepted by Marty Goins.
Good spin move, 2 spin moves by Goins, and he's loose. Goins gets it all the way back to the Redskin 49-yard line.
You know, I don't know if he knew what he had done or not. I believe he thought that he didn't really want to intercept that ball, especially if he was brought down back at the 5 or 6 yard line, because they would have taken over back over here on 4th down. But what a playmaker he made out of that. As he came in, as you'll see on the replay, the twisting and the turning moves that he made to come in and bring the ball back. You see, he intercepts right there, overthrown just a little bit, makes a good catch. Move, and here he goes. Ball out a little bit too much. Still picks up 5-10 yards there, and then he's brought down, tries to move again.
Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Little with the ball, trying to sweep to the left, hanging on to the football.
Jermaine Little, the ball.
And he'll get it out to about the 47-yard line. You saw him wrapping it up that time.
Hey, doing a good job. Going to mention that. I mean, he wrapped it up completely. Couldn't see anything but hands and elbows. As this first quarter here at Harriman comes to a close, and we're going to take a commercial break after telling you Loudon leads 6-0. We'll be back with more live action in just a moment.
You guys support community here.
Tennessee Barnes & Buildings in Jacksboro has all your storage building needs. At Tennessee Barnes & Buildings, you can pick out your building, then custom design it how you want it, and then have it delivered. Our friendly staff will help you with all your design needs. Are you worried about financing? Well, at Tennessee Barnes & Buildings, there's no credit check, so no one is turned down. Plus, you can rent to own your own building. Tennessee Barnes & Buildings in Jacksboro says come on down and see Hannah or Mary Beth for your next building. Or call 423-449-8139.
We're back again live here at Harriman. We've got an updated score from Oliver Springs and Sweetwater. Oliver Springs leads 14-0 over Sweetwater.
So, Tony, we've swapped turnovers now as the Redskins got the ball on a fumble. They turn it back to the Blue Devils on a pass interception. And the Blue Devils now with a 2nd and 8, trying to get some points on the board here as we start second quarter action. Give it to Edmonds, and Edmonds crosses the 45-yard line down to about the 44. So to bring up 3rd down and about 5 to go for the Blue Devils.
Harriman really needs to pick up a big first down here to keep the momentum going their way after the interception and the run back.
Bring up 3rd and 5. Blue Devils on their Redskin 45-yard line.
So probably look for the ball to be in the air here by Borum. Pryor coming out wide to the right. Rolling to the right. Deciding to run now. And he'll be brought down. As protection broke down, Borum gets it out to about the 42-yard line where it'll be 4th down and about 3.
It is 4th down, Blue Devils. Ball on the 43-yard line.
So a new ball comes in from Harriman. Appears that they'll be...
Coach Bailey has said, let's try to get me your 4th and 3 play, Coach Clark. Actually, about 4. About 4th and 4.
So Harriman elects to go for it on 4th down. Maybe a long snap here, maybe a little freeze play. No, they say reverse.
Inside reverse to Goins, and Goins...
If he leans forward, he's going to have it.
It's going to be awfully close. He didn't make it, though, Tony.
Don't believe he did either. He may have had it momentarily on his first spin, but then another Loudon defender comes in, hits him, brings him back down to the other side. It's going to be short by about a yard.
So the Redskins hold. It'll be 1st and 10 Redskins. The ball right at the Redskin 40-yard line. So the Redskins will send a double wide out to the right. Bowers will give it to Ronska. And Ronska will just have to fight his way because the Blue Devils all over him. He'll gain about 2 yards.
Ball carry number 5, Ryan Roberson, stopped by...
So it'll be 2nd down and about 8.
Number 72, Bradley Hacker.
Hacker and Wilson on the stop for the Blue Devils.
Ronska, the big fullback. Brown, the tailback. Harriman really jamming up at the line of scrimmage. Quick pitch to Brown, and Brown gets around the right side, and Brown down the right sideline all the way down to the Blue Devil 42-yard line that time. So the Redskins have the right play call for the Blue Devil alignment. So Brown all the way down to the Blue Devil 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Jermaine Little on the stop. 9:27 remaining in the first half of action.
It's like Little coming off with some shoe repair.
Yeah, he was limping just a little bit or something. Something was wrong with him.
Brown on the carry trying to weave his way, but the Blue Devils come up as Wilson makes the hit for a gain of about 3 that time. So 2nd down and 7 for the Redskins. Blue Devils trying to mix up their defensive alignment, trying to show some different looks. Redskins up 6-0 here in this first half of play. Blue Devils appear to be blitzing, and they'll give it to Ronska up the middle and right into the strength of the Blue Devil defense, and it'll be 3rd down and about 6.
Ferguson on the stop for the Devils. 3rd down and about 5.
3rd and a long 5 for the Redskins.
Homecoming here tonight at Harriman High School. Enjoyed the festivities before the game. Stay tuned at halftime for the Rhapsody in Blue marching band. Bowers this time on the keep, and Bowers is down to the Blue Devil 25-yard line. A flag on the play. Could be holding against the Redskins. Clipping against the Redskins. So, penalty will be from the point of the foul.
Big penalty there. So that's going to make it about 3rd down and 10. As you see some of the scores, Kingston 27, Jellicoe 0. As you see on your left hand of your screen there.
So it'll be Redskins now 3rd and 10 after the penalty. Bowers that time on the good fake. Kept the football. Big play, and downfield, a clipping penalty. This time Bowers will roll to the right. Looking, throwing the ball down the middle, and it's caught. And a 1st down by the Redskins as Walker made the catch, and Walker had to turn back around. Pretty tough catch.
I don't know if he knew it was coming to him or not. He turns around and makes the catch. His Goins is right there to put the hit to him, but kind of an awkward looking finish to a pass play.
Tony, one thing that we've noticed in the 3 games we've covered from Loudon is there on several occasions they've had 2 receivers very close to the same spot. But it's 1st and 10 Redskins. Bowers rolling to the left, looking, a man open right there is Walker, but he goes to short man. Ronska, and Ronska is hammered down at the 23-yard line.
Goins and Ferguson come in and make the stop.
So a gain of about 7. Make it 2nd down and 3. Looks like he had Walker open a little deeper that time, but chose to go to the short man, Ronska. This time he'll roll to the right. Looking, he'll tuck it down and keep it and get inside the 20-yard line
That's going to be good for the first down.
So it looks like he's going to be marked at about just outside the 15-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Redskins.
Ball on the Blue Devil 16-yard line.
Brown around the right side. And Brown finds a little run. It looks like he's going to. They mark him out of bounds.
On the left side of the field.
So it looks like right around the 10-yard line. Second down and 4.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. Where will be? Second down.
Ronska and Brown, the running backs for the Redskins. They give it to Ronska. Ronska bulls his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So Ronska takes it the last 10 yards, and it'll be touchdown Redskins. And look for Coach Daniels now to go for 2, since the first attempt was no good when he went for 2. Redskins leading 12-0 now over the Blue Devils in this homecoming game. See Ronska just bulling his way up the middle, keeps his feet moving, and gets into the end zone. Redskins taking a long time to get out of the huddle, so they're going to have to hustle or could be guilty of delay of game. Unbalanced line to the right. Flag down, and it's going to be against the Redskins, I think, for movement. And Tony, that time you had Walker lined up as the tight end on the short side. Brown in motion. Wouldn't have been a bit surprised that time to see Bowers roll out to his left to try to hit Walker in the end zone with Brown out as a blocker.
On the other side, yeah. So we'll see what he does. See if Coach Ron Berry makes the right play selection here, if he reads Coach Daniels' mind.
There's Walker. He was open, just didn't make the catch.
So Bowers thrown to the ground on the 2-point conversion attempts, no good after the penalty. 5:45 remaining, second quarter of action. Loudon leads over Harriman 12-0. We'll be back after these commercial words and the Edwards kickoff in just a moment.
Wilkerson set to do the kicking for the Redskins. And the kick, a low kick. Little will take it at the 12-yard line. And Little will get it out to the Blue Devil 30.
And he takes the Edwards kickoff to the 30. Remember, all your shoe, your suits, your shirts, anything you need for men or women, go down at Edwards, located in Harriman on Roan Street, 882-2842. The Edwards kickoff.
And the Edwards kickoffs tonight have produced 2 Loudon touchdowns. After 2 touchdowns. So the Blue Devils now go to work. Trailing by 12. Goins stopped after a gain of about 2. Coming up to make the hit for the Redskins, Gabe Curtis.
Coming up at halftime, both bands to perform.
I want to say a special hello to all of our friends over at the Rocky Top. You saw that Rocky Top Dairy Queen commercial, especially all the fine folks at the Rocky Top, at the Little Rocky Top on Highway 70 there in Kingston. Sylvia, Nancy, Lois, and all the fine folks. Hootie, he's the head man over the coffee morning over there. Hal Lefew and all the guys. Paul, everybody watches Friday night football. We're glad to have those folks with us. A flag on the play. Looks like they're And the clock is running, as our producer notices. The clock's still running. There's a flag down. It continues to run. That may be some of the problem. They haven't stopped the clock yet, Ron. No one has noticed but us. There's been 20 seconds off the clock already as they're marking all this down. The electric clock operator continues to walk the sideline.
They've noticed it now as the back judge has noticed that the clock is still running.
Well, they still haven't stopped. Maybe they're going to let it run down.
Well, he saw his mistake now.
As they confer, and they've stopped it now with 4:17.
So they'll confer with the clock operator, and he'll say, well, I never saw you move your arms to stop the clock.
Well,
just because it was a penalty.
Yeah, you were marking it off. If Scully was here, he'd have to write that down in his book, wouldn't he?
So now they'll discuss to see about how much time to put back on.
Well, we can sure show them exactly if we went back to the replay, couldn't we? So they're going to talk about it some more. Don't know what kind of clock they've got here, if they can go back or if we have to run it all the way down for 60 seconds or so. But Coach Bailey over here already talking about it. He be rough to get the penalty and also get the time too.
He may have forgotten what he called.
I don't know what they would discuss about it. You know,
well, they're probably trying to figure out how much time to put back on.
Well, they're trying to give hand signals up to the clock operator.
5:07 is what you want on there. We'll put 5:07 on there.
So they're going to put it back to 5:07.
That may be a little too much.
5 minutes, 7 seconds left in the second quarter.
It's 4:17 when they finally stopped it. It's almost a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's second down and about 13 on the penalty. I don't know how you got 13. It was 1st and 10. On the inside reverse, Boyd. And Boyd is about one step away from breaking a big play.
And he runs it up to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5. Good job by Boyd. Wilkerson on the stop.
And a saving stop.
Yes. Because as you said, they came in on that shoestring tackle or he was gone. Got good speed.
3rd and 5, ball on the 35.
Borum rolling out, trying to get outside, and Borum will pick up the 1st down.
Jonathan Borum around left end.
Well, Borum does a good job then. He tucks the ball. He sees a little daylight. Being pursued good there by Loudon, but he turns the corner. His receivers are covered well, but he picks up the 1st down. Big 1st down here for Harriman.
Loudon lost containment on the left side, and Borum made them pay. 1st down for the Blue Devils. So the Blue Devils come to the line of scrimmage on the move. Inside reverse this time to Goins, and Goins with one man to beat gets it all the way down to the Blue Devil 34-yard line, and Goins that time loses his balance a little bit as he tries to make the last cut.
1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Well, again, as you said, just another good job of running by Harriman. And now then a little confusion by Harriman as they may not know the plays. They look on their wristband, going to have to call timeout. A little bit of confusion. With timeout, 3:42, Loudon leading 12-0. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Over here.
Still in the timeout mode as Harriman's over talking to Coach Bailey. 3:42 remaining in the second quarter, first half of action here. Loudon leading 12-0. Harriman making two good running plays, one by Borum, one by Goins. Be first down and 10 for the Blue Devils as the ball is spotted on about the 33-yard line, where Harriman has it first down and 10. Borum, the quarterback, will bring his Blue Devil team to the line this homecoming 1999.
Blue Devils need to put it in the end zone this time, Tony.
There's some movement.
That's a penalty.
Penalty marker on the field.
As Borum will run out of bounds.
That'll be motion against Harriman.
Well, and they may decline the penalty as he ran out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of about 3 anyway. So you're probably better off to have 2nd and 13 than 1st and 15.
Maybe. You see what they do here. They do. They decline it. So again, Coach Daniels reading your mind or you're reading his.
Illegal motion is declined by the Redskins. Ball
so Borum might probably just made a little mental mistake there.
Now, question for you. Illegal procedure, why are some dead ball fouls and they let the play start on others?
Good question. Why do they do that?
I'll find out at halftime. This time on the little delay to Boyd, and Boyd is hit hard.
He may have picked up 3 yards, may have got a yard in to see where they mark it. They don't give him but a bad mark there for Harriman. They just give him a yard. That'll make it 3rd down and 11.
Well, Wilkerson stayed home
number 5, Ryan Wilkerson.
that time and really made the hit. He got a direct hit on him.
Ball resting on the 34-yard line of Loudon.
3:12 remaining in the second quarter. We'd remind you that we'll be bringing you both the bands performing at halftime on the field. Brought to you by Roan Realty in Rockwood. For all your real estate needs, see Jane Long. 0085.
Borum this time being pursued, looking downfield, has time, a man open, Goins cannot come up with the play. Good throw by Borum, and Goins knows it. Boy, he's disappointed with himself on that.
You've got to come down with that ball.
Bring up 4th down.
Well, Borum put it on the money.
And was being pressured too.
Did you see the replay? Good block right here on a pickup to give Borum time. Just hit him in a bad spot.
Well, need to pick those up right there. 2:45. That puts them in scoring position, but instead it brings up 4th down and 11. Harriman going to go for it on 4th and 11. You sure don't want to throw up an interception here. Let them run the ball back. You got, if you have an interception, we'll make sure that somebody stays at home.
Pass intended for Marty Goins, just incomplete.
Intended for Goins, again incomplete, overthrown, so the Loudon Redskins takes over on downs. Be 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. They'll have 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
Trying to set up the little screen, and that time Borum really probably not as much time as you'd like. At least you'd like the little brush block, but that time the ball overthrown, and that's one that Justin Borum won't miss many times. Redskins now with 2:40 left in the first half, and Bowers on the good fake, looking, has a man in and out of his hands, and Borum almost coming up with a big interception.
I'll tell you what, it bounced around a lot there as he was right there for it, but couldn't come down with it. We've already had 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. 2 of them Harriman has lost, and 1 for 1 interception from Loudon. That stops the clock, 2:39. As you see the replay brought to you by our fine folks in the trailer. Brad Jones, our director tonight. Travis Stout on our camera, along with Joe Tipton.
Ronska this time off to the right side, and Ronska will pick up
about 5 yards out to the 40-yard line.
By Bradley Acker, number 72, number 55, J.R. Walls.
Steve Gutsy, are the camera operator tonight. So thank you guys for those good shots and good replays. Doing a good job.
So the Redskins waiting for the play to come in from Coach Daniels,
Line, number 50, Shea Douglas,
who, like most high school coaches, has someone up in the press box telling him what they think will work. Those guys are valuable assets to these teams, as Bowers this time comes around and is going to be hit, spins, and picks up about 10 yards, as looked like he was going to be hemmed in and somehow got loose. The clock will stop as they set the chains, as he picks up a first down all the way out to just shy of midfield.
Bowers doing a good job then running and looking for the holes and finding them, coming through and picking up a big yardage. You know, they'll try to run the ball down here. You know how Loudon does run. They'll run down and, you know, don't be surprised if they get anywhere close, try to kick a field goal.
This time Bowers again rolling out into the flat. Ronska, and Ronska with running room has it all the way down. As the ball comes loose at the end, they're going to say he was down at the Blue Devil 31-yard line. So the clock will stop again with 1:19 left, as Loudon will set the chains, try to get a play underway before they crank the clock.
And again, a repeat of the Kingston game. This is exactly the way Loudon did from about the same spot against the Kingston Yellow Jackets when they ran the ball back down the field to score the field goal at the end of the first half.
Bowers this time in the shotgun, and ball is knocked down by Wilson.
Number 86.
So that'll stop the clock with about 1:18 left here in the first half of play. 2nd and 10 for the Redskins.
Been a jersey change. Number 67 for Blue Devils is Josh Edmonds, who previously was wearing number 44. Josh Edmonds wearing number 67 for the Blue Devils now.
So Bowers rolls to the left. He's back. The pass is going to be incomplete as he's hit. Wilkerson was the intended receiver.
Number 8, Anthony Baylor.
Voles comes in and puts the hit on the quarterback. Again, the clock stops with 1:07 remaining. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. The ball spotted on the 32-yard line.
Tony, they need about 15 yards to set up a realistic field goal attempt.
And that means another first down.
See if Bowers is under center this time. Again, unbalanced line to the right. Bowers rolling. Looking, he'll hit out here, hit Brown. Brown trying to cut it back. And Brown will have it out to about the 27-yard line. That'll be short of the first down. And Coach Daniels asking for timeout.
And we're back again in the timeout that Loudon has called. It's 4th down and 5. The ball's on the 28-yard line. And we'll see if they're going to bring their field goal kicker on or if they're just going to try to go to the end zone one time. Fourth down, the officials indicate. And the play comes in from Coach Daniels on the sideline as Bowers, the left-handed quarterback for the Redskins, brings the play into his team. So Bowers under center. 2 wide outs to the right. Bowers rolls to the right. He looks, and he's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line as Bayless comes in with the stop on Bowers. So the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line on downs. They'll have 47 seconds to get a touchdown in the first half. So Coach Bailey will go to work now with his offense. Both the scoring drives, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter at the 3:51 mark. A 26-yard pass to Henson from the quarterback Bowers on the TD. The point after no good after Loudon elects to go for 2 after 2 penalties. The first declined. Borum, the quarterback, on the handoff to Marty Goins. Brooks on the stop. A loss of about 5 yards. as they'll spot the ball on the 24-yard line with 30 seconds remaining. Be 2nd and 25. So this will probably be the last play of the first half of the ball game, as Goins once again brings his Blue Devil team to the line, takes a glance at the clock to make sure that there's only one play. And they elect to run the ball around the corner. Short of the first down as the clock expires at the end of the first half of play. It's Loudon 12, Harriman 0. We'll be back with the halftime festivities after these words from our sponsors.
OEB Law was founded on the principle that everyone deserves to be treated fairly, because sometimes big corporations and insurance companies take advantage of the very people they're supposed to protect. When that happens, we step in and leverage all of our experiences and resources to fight for justice so families can take back control of their lives. When you get injured, call OEB Law 546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check. Call 546-1111 right now.
And we're back at halftime at Harriman for homecoming 1999, and we're going to take you to the field now for the Loudon Redskins Marching Band, followed by the Rhapsody of Blue Marching Band of Harriman, brought to you by the Roan Realty Center in Rockwood. 354-0085 for all your real estate needs. Go by and see our good friend Jane Long. She'll sell you dirt of any kind.
boys, Josh Surrey. Trumpet duet, Maria Kopp and Kim Moore. The Loudon High School Marching Band. One last applause for the Loudon High School Marching Band.
Jellicoe, 55-0. Rockwood over Wartburg, 14-0. Oliver Springs over Sweetwater, 14-0. And we have no score yet on the Midway and Sunbright ball game being played. down at Midway in the big region ball game there. Well, it's homecoming here at Harriman High School tonight as the Blue Devils trail the Loudon Redskins 12-0 here at halftime.
Rock anthems from the 1970s.
And you'll be entertained now by the Harriman High School Rhapsody in Blue marching band.
Let's hear it for the Harriman Rhapsody in Blue marching band. Drum major is Miss Corey Henley. Assistant drum major, Dean Burris. Band captain, Lindsey Blair. First lieutenant, Nathan Newton. Second lieutenant, Robbie Harris. Sergeant at arms, Dustin Smith.
So we give you now the Harriman High School Rhapsody in Blue marching band. Direction of Mr. Mike Kincaid, band director.
We're going to give them out.
varsity in blue marching band. Tonight's soloists feature Jeff Talent, Dean Burris, Helen Watson, and
Well, once again, you've been entertained by two fine high school marching bands. Rhapsody in Blue marching band here under the direction of Mr. Mike Kincaid tonight. Homecoming here at Harriman High School tonight, where the Blue Devils trail at halftime 12-0. Certainly thank Roan Realty for the halftime show here being brought to you by the fine folks at Roan Realty. So with that, we'll take a break. We'll be ready to come back for second half action on this, the Coca-Cola Channel 7 BBB Game of the Week.
Greg joined the military to serve his country and fight for freedom. He was a dedicated soldier, and during his days off, Greg enjoyed riding his motorcycle. But none of that mattered to the speeding driver who was texting and slammed into him. Greg had medical bills the insurance company refused to pay until Greg called OEB Law. When you get injured, don't expect the insurance company to put your needs first. Call OEB Law, 546-1111, and turn your wreck into a check.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Tennessee Barns & Buildings in Jacksboro has all your storage building needs. At Tennessee Barns & Buildings, you can pick out your building, then custom design it how you want it, and then have it delivered. Our friendly staff will help you with all your design needs. Are you worried about financing? Well, at Tennessee Barns & Buildings, there's no credit check, so no one is turned down. Plus, you can rent to own your own building. Tennessee Barns & Buildings in Jacksboro says come on down for your next building. Or call 423-449-8139.
Well, welcome back. As to start the game, you remember Loudon deferred to the second half, so they will be receiving the opening half kickoff as Crow and Brown are deep for the Redskins. Kicking off for the Blue Devils will be Little.
And this is the Edwards kickoff once again for all your clothing needs in Harriman. Roan Street. Go by and see the fine folks at Edwards. We appreciate them being part of the Coca-Cola Game of the Week.
Little's kick, lead by Crow at the 14-yard line. Still on his feet with a block. And Goings makes the tackle right at the Redskin 45-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, they just let him squirt through there twice. They're going to have to cover him up. They can't afford to let him come back and score early in this quarter.
So the Redskins will take over 1st and 10, the ball at their own 45-yard line. They lead in this football game 12-0. After each score, they tried to go for two. The first one coming on a penalty. The Blue Devils kept them out, so they trail now 12-0.
I believe Pat Sheets got everybody stirred up and said that Leonard Little made the stop.
Brown around the left side, looking for a block. He doesn't get it, and the Blue Devils, as a flag is thrown, he's thrown for about a yard loss. Let's see what the flag is. Thrown in what looks to be like holding territory.
And indeed, that's what it is.
Steps out and verifies holding. As the umpire made the call. And we'll mark it off against Loudon. So it'll be 1st and 20 for Loudon.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law. And the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Who helps you build? Scanlon's, that's who. 2 locations. Kingston and Rockwood. Go by and see the fine folks at Scanlon Lumber Company. Coach Bailey's called timeout to go out and talk to his troops. As Loudon's on the move, ball, they have it on about the 15, where it'll be 2nd down and 9. Good crowd on hand tonight for this, the Johnson Coca-Cola featured game of the week. It's homecoming here at Harriman. Wallace Blackfield. Well, they've blown the whistle. I don't know if they're waiting for Coach Bailey to get off the field or what.
That's exactly what they're waiting for.
Looking for his golf cart.
Bowers this time will roll to the left, looking, pull it down, and get inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 8, and flags. It looks like a late hit being called against the Blue Devils.
A little may have come in, and his forward motion just kept him going and went down. The penalties flags fly. Personal foul
charged against the Blue Devils.
Will be charged against the Blue Devils.
Tony, that's one of those unfortunate flags there, I think, where, where 2 flags were thrown, so the official was right on the spot, but it didn't look like it was unsportsmanlike conduct. It just looked like that you had Bowers coming down, and then when he goes out of bounds, it's hard to stop your momentum.
The Kingston Yellow Jackets scored again, 68-0, 3rd quarter. They mark it off. That'd be on the 5-yard line, so it's 1st down and goal.
Quick pitch to Crow, and Crow gets inside the 5-yard line. See where they mark it as the big mass of blue comes off, and they'll mark it at about the 4-yard line.
You see some more score updates on your screen there. There's Anderson County over Clinton 7-0. Fulton Gibbs 36-0. Oak Ridge over Heritage 24-0. Feather Legs will lock that. That'll give him something to talk about. He'll remember the new roads and all the facilities they put in at Oak Ridge to explain why that win is so big.
Redskins give it to the big fullback, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Big play that time by the Blue Devils.
He stopped by a host of Blue Devils.
This is a big series for the Blue Devils here if they can keep the Redskins out of the end zone. Just 12 down, Tony. 2 scores and 2 1-point conversions, and you got to win.
Put you right back in the ball game quickly. We've got to control the ball and need to stop them here.
So a big 3rd down play here. 3rd and goal from the 4. To get your eyes on the tight end here and find out where he's at. They give it to the big fullback, and he's pounded down at about the 2-yard line, where it'll be 4th and goal for the Skins. Ferguson again with a big play for the Blue Devils.
So that's going to bring up 4th down.
Coach Daniels sending in the 4th down play.
Kicking in the lineup for the Redskins, number 21, Travis Fry.
So big down for both of these football teams. As Loudon comes to the line of scrimmage. Strong to the right.
Quarterback keeper here. Well, not now. Too much time.
Penalty marker on the field. Delay of game.
So 5 yards for the delay of game penalty be assessed against the Redskins. That'll mark it back 5, put it on the 7-yard line, so they'll see if there's another play.
Well, this may bring the field goal unit in, Tony.
Well, you know it will. That may have been a design play to do that. Go down and see if they can catch them on a long snap, see if they'll jump off, get them a little bit closer. And indeed, the field goal kicker comes in, and we know that he's got a good foot.
Wilkerson on about a 23-yard field goal.
Being held by Cody Bowers, the quarterback.
And the kick is no good. And the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, as we found out. Harriman to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, the ball at their own 20-yard line. On the inside reverse to Goins, and Goins will get it out to the 26-yard line. Would it be a gain of 6? 2nd and 4. And on the field goal?
Field goal, what did we find out?
If on an attempted field goal, the ball goes into the end zone, crosses the goal line, it will come out to the 20. It's a touchback. If the ball ends up on the 1-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 1, just like a punt. So that's why you bring it back to the 20 if it goes into the end zone.
So we had that question last week with the Loudon and Kingston game.
Borum back to throw, being pressured.
Boy, he sure is doing some scrambling.
Way down the field, Boyd is open. Boyd makes the catch. Streaking down the sideline, he's cut. Brown makes a touchdown-saving catch. The ball all the way down, though, to the Loudon 12-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, Justin Borum comes in and really does a good job scrambling. Ron, he's down at about the 10-yard line if they can get to him, but good effort on his part. He scrambles. If you see the replay here, now watch him. He goes all the way back, 2, 3, and then throws the ball. And what a great pass as he's right there on it. The ball's going to be spotted at the 13-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils of Harriman.
Well, and Mark Boyd does a good job of continuing his route. Tony, this could be the spark that the Blue Devils needed now to get right back in this football game. As they come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Goins trying to find running room. He'll cut it back up and he'll get it inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line.
Well, he wanted to go outside. It looked like there was a little room on the outside if he just kept going. He picked up a block.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 7 for the Devils. And the thing that Coach Bailey has the luxury of, Tony, when you score, you don't have to go for 2. You can just go ahead and kick the point and be right back in the thick of it.
Well, I believe he's going to score here, Ron.
Little to the corner. Yes.
Puts it in.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Let's wait after the extra point. We're going to throw some shirts out as everybody looks up this way.
So the Blue Devils get right back in it with 3:10 left here in the 3rd quarter of play as Little skirts around left end, limping somewhat, and has to now try the point after.
To hold the extra point attempt, Andre Boyd.
So you see Little jumping for the pylon, he makes it. The kick is no good. And Tony, he was limping before he tried that. Still limping as he comes across. Big extra point there.
Well, we're going to throw us out a shirt here. If you want to do the honors, and let's throw the shirt out. And we're going to let our Loudon man throw it out. So here comes the first shirt.
So shirts being thrown. So the first score by the Blue Devils gets a shirt.
Rockwood and Wartburg tied.
So Wartburg has scored and gone for a 2-point conversion.
Yep. So we kind of fooled them with the shirts. That was really 2 scores. Had an extra point and a touchdown, so we threw out 2.
Channel 7. Remember, every time Harriman scores, the T-shirts will fall from the sky.
3:10 left in the 3rd quarter, and all of a sudden the Blue Devils are right back in the thick of things after the touchdown pass.
And our director brings up a good point. If we was at Kingston, he said, we didn't have enough shirts.
J.R. Bulls will be doing the kicking for the Blue Devils. Kick. Comes down to Brown at the 10. And Brown slips, goes down at the 22-yard line. And just like that, Tony, all of a sudden the little things, after a big break, momentum changes. The big M right now.
You know, anything can happen at the Edwards kickoff as all your fine clothing needs at Edwards and Harriman on Roan Street. Go by and see them. But you're exactly right. You go down and the momentum swings a little bit. This ought to carry Harriman on a little bit more. They'll have to stay with them, though, to try to get another touchdown and an extra point. But Brown just comes in and slips. 1st and 10 on the 21. Now Harriman doesn't have enough players on the field.
Pryor goes in, and does he go to the right place? Bowers looks, man wide open. Walker, the tight end, and Ferguson comes down to put the finishing touch on him, but not until he gets a first down as he gets it out to the Redskin 37-yard line.
A little bit of confusion there on Harriman's defensive side there. Could have had something to do with the long game, but Loudon comes up with a first down. They've spotted it on the 36. 2:54 remaining, third quarter of action. Loudon leading 12-6.
The fullback Ronska getting into the secondary. Gets it all the way out across. Well, they're going to mark it right at midfield. Ferguson on the tackle for the Blue Devils, but it'll be spotted right at midfield, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Redskins. And boy, the big goal line stand by the Blue Devils really big at this point.
Boy, it is. Loudon comes back with 2 big first down runs here. But Harriman doing a good job there defensively, comes up with the big stop. And then the big pass from Borum.
Bowers to Brown. He finds a little running room around the right side, being pulled down by Little. But again, not until he picks up a first down, as he'll get it down inside the Blue Devil 40 to the 39-yard line.
Well, Little stayed after him that time, Ron. Got a hold of his shirt. That's the reason they don't have those tearaway jerseys anymore. But 3 big first downs here back to back. As Loudon continues to move the ball, it's spotted on the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, just under 2 minutes, third quarter.
Bowers this time on the fake, looking. Will try to keep it, and he's pounded down at the 40 for a loss of 1.
Everybody covered then. May have been a little bit of a bad decision. A loss of a yard. Bayless on the stop. Brings up 2nd down and 11.
We're inside a minute and a half of the third quarter.
So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Skins. Harriman looks like they're in a blitz. Here they come. Bowers around the right side on the keep, and he'll be brought down at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6.
Long snap then. Wilson on the stop for the Blue Devils. Would remind everyone that Saturday morning on BBB Channel 7, you can watch the playback show, starting first with
Harriman at 8:30.
And then followed by Rockwood at 9:30. Replay of tonight's ball game, Tuesday night, 7:30.
Bowers on probably the last play of the third quarter, pitches it to Brown. Brown has to turn it back in, got a little crease. Looked like the Blue Devils had him turned up, Tony. Somehow he found a little crease and got it all the way down to the Blue Devil 23-yard line.
Then Anthony Bayless comes in and makes the tackle at the 24. But another big first down for the Redskins.
Harriman had a good defensive stand that time as they had it turned in, and somehow he found a little crease and got some running room to pick up the first down.
We're going to have an official timeout for an equipment adjustment here. 11 seconds to go.
Walker lost his helmet on that play. Trying to get it properly fixed.
Probably will not get another play in this quarter as they wrap it up.
Coach Daniels telling them to settle down as they didn't know that the clock was running out. Coach always on top of it. With that, after 3 quarters of play, it's 12-6, Loudon with the lead. We'll be right back.
OEB Law was founded on the principle that everyone deserves to be treated fairly, because sometimes big corporations and insurance companies take advantage of the very people they're supposed to protect. When that happens, we step in and leverage all of our experiences and resources to fight for justice so families can take back control of their lives. When you get injured, call OEB Law, 546-1111, and turn your wreck into a check. Call 546-1111 right now.
Well, we're back live at Wallace Blackfield in Harriman to start the fourth quarter of action. Loudon leads Harriman 12-6. We understand that Wartburg has scored against Rockwood. They lead the ball game. So it must be, what, 20-14?
I think you're right. Redskins 1st and 10. Ball at about the 24-yard line. As this time, Crow has the football and will get across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. Second down and about 5. So the Redskins on the move. The Blue Devils trying to find a way again, Tony, to halt the Redskin drive. They did it last time on about the 2-yard line on 4th down. This time they give it to the fullback, Ronska. Ronska fighting and gets it down to about the 12-yard line.
J.R. Ball in on the stop.
Another score update, Kingston 75, Jellicoe 0.
And Coach King probably for the last 2 quarters has probably played everyone available.
I understand if they were going to get in a different quarterback, let Bardell take a little rest and look for McClure.
He may be 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Maybe. Jellicoe, an awful young team, winless this season.
We need to go out and support the band's car wash at Walmart.
The chains being brought out here.
That should be impressive on the BCS.
First and 10, wow.
Alcoa and Austin East still don't have a score on that one. Big ball game being played there.
So after the stretch of the change, it's a first down for Loudon. They'll have it 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line.
Coach Bailey trying to find another stand in his defensive unit. Needs a big effort. Brewster lining up in the tailback position. Brewster staying on his feet down to the 5-yard line. Be second down and about 3.
Update over at Kingston. It's Kingston 75, Jellicoe 0.
Brewster again from the tailback position. Bowers, quick pitch. Good move by Brewster to avoid the first hit, as coming up for the Blue Devils was Bayless turning it in. Goings comes up to put the final touch. So it's first down and goal. The ball just at about the 2-yard line. They'll give it to the big fullback, and he'll rumble into the end zone for a touchdown for the Redskins. That will extend their lead 18-6.
So with 9:54 remaining in the ball game, it's 18-6 as Loudon will be coming to the line on the 2-point conversion attempt. Bowers, the quarterback, on the pass. He's being pressured, and it's going to be no good. And before we go for a commercial break and the Edwards kickoff, we're joined now by the 1999 homecoming queen for the Harriman High School, my good friend Dreama. How are you, young lady?
Just fine.
Well, are you excited?
I was very excited.
Well, you just look so nice out there. I believe your mother was more nervous than you were, though.
I think she was too, but thank you.
I talked to her before the game, and she's telling us that you were going to be out there, so we made sure that we got you on TV. And then when you won, we were just all excited, and we're even going to try to jump around here at the camera. You come right over here. He's going to come around. You get settled. There we go. Now then, we're going to try to get you on here. There we are. Now we're going to smile. Now we've really done good. But again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Remember you when you were just real little. You don't like to hear stuff like that. But,
no.
You really look nice out there. And, you know, if the score was just a little bit better, it'd be a great night here, wouldn't it?
It would be better. This is our homecoming. We have to win.
But it's not over yet. Still got 9 minutes to go. 18-6. We'll come back. We'll have to get out there and help them.
That's right. We can do it.
Okay. Hey, Dreama, congratulations. Will be in the 1999 homecoming queen.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're ready for the Edwards kickoff with 9:54 remaining. Loudon leading 18-6. Again, Edwards, for all the fine folks over in Harriman, go by and get all your clothing needs from Edwards, located in Harriman. There's the kickoff at the 25-yard line as Boyd gets it. He's got some running room. He slips at the 40-yard line, comes down with it as he carries it to the 42-yard line, where Harriman will put it in play 1st and 10. Baker on the stop. The ball spotted on the 42-yard line, where Justin Borum, the senior quarterback, brings his team to the line. Little in motion. He takes the handoff. Little to the left side, cuts the corner. He's got running room, and Little will be knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Jermaine Little picks up about 35 yards on the handoff as he runs the corner, makes it on the left-hand side. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on the 30-yard line. Coach Bailey sending the plays in by Boyd. Another score update, as you see, Kingston leading 81-0. What a score over in Kingston. The handoff up the inside, running the ball is Goins.
By number 32, David Ronska.
Ronska on the stop for Loudon. A pickup of about 8, 2nd down and 2. They'll be operating from the 21-yard line. Other scores being shown on your screen. On the inside reverse, this time doesn't go anywhere as Little finally, or hands off to Boyd. Boyd comes back into the inside. It's snuffed out, a loss of a couple yards. Brings up 3rd down. And about 4.
Ball on the 24-yard line, where it's about 3rd and 4 for Blue Devils.
Again, would remind you to tune in immediately following this program for the call-in show with Ron Berry, Donnie Davis, and Mike Richards for all the scores in East Tennessee. Justin Borum has running room. Justin Borum will go untouched into the end zone on a 24-yard run by Justin Borum. So that puts them right back in this ball game. As we see what they'll do for the point after.
All the way down.
And the extra point is up. It's good. So with 8:18 remaining in this ball game, Loudon leads 18-13. We'll be back for the Edwards kickoff in just a moment. And we're back again for the Edwards kickoff as Jermaine Little will be teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line for the Harriman Blue Devils. Brown back deep for Loudon. Final score from Kingston. Kingston 81, Jellicoe 0. Big night over at Dr. Nat Sugarman Memorial Field. Be traveling to Rockwood next week to take on the Rockwood Tigers. That'll be the Coca-Cola game of the week. We'll be there. We hope that you'll be joining us too. Little on the kick. End over end kick is taken by Brown at the 10-yard line. He's to the 25 to the 30. Bows his head down to the 35. Second effort, still on his feet. And the ball may be on the ground, and I believe that the Harriman Blue Devils have recovered the football. We'll wait for the officials. The Harriman faithful say yes. The Harriman players say yes. And the officials say yes, indeed. The Harriman Blue Devils have recovered at the 8:06 mark in the fourth quarter of action. They trail 18-13. So momentum has shifted. The fourth turnover of this game. As you'll see the replay, as Brown comes in, bows his head there, second effort, the ball squirts loose right there, the ball's out. And now everyone jumps on it. You see the beanbag down to indicate by the officials where the ball's at. 1st and 10 Blue Devils on the Loudon 37-yard line with an opportunity. Andre Boyd, the junior, the ball carrier on the handoff, thrown for a loss behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of about 3. Second down and 13, the ball will be spotted on the 40-yard line. Coach Bailey sending the signs in and the plays. So once again, Borum brings his team to the line. 2nd and 13. In motion and movement. So several markers flying. Penalty will be against Harriman. Illegal procedure is indicated by the official, so that'll back it up 5 more yards. That'll make it 2nd down and 18. They'll spot the ball on the 45. So we'll replay 2nd down. As you see the U.S. cellular clock on your screen. We appreciate those folks providing us with the cellular phone service for all of our ball games, both basketball and football. If you'd like to be a part of the BBB Coca-Cola Game of the Week, you can give our advertising staff a call at 882-8777 during normal business hours. Boehm scrambles, looks around, the pass is going to be complete. And taking the ball into the end zone is Marty Goins at 6:48. So people going wild here. So as they line up for the extra point attempt at 6:48, as you see the replay, scrambling as Borum goes back. Wrong replay, as that was a pass, and now we're going to line up for 2. Borum, the quarterback, comes around, rolls to the left side. He's going to keep it. He's going to be short about a yard as he reaches. But for the first time, Harriman takes the lead. And Pat Sheets, the public address announcer, gets the people wild here tonight. As that big pass play there from Goins, or to Goins, puts Harriman in the lead. And we're right back in for another Edwards kickoff. As you see a shot of the fans here. Really excited about this ball game just all of a sudden. At homecoming, they're getting right back into it, and you're getting your money's worth just as we thought it would be. An exciting ball game here tonight at Wallace Black Field. 6:48 remaining Harriman by 1, 19-18. Harriman on the field waiting, or Loudon on the field waiting for Harriman to get here, as Harriman's Little will be kicking the ball off once again for the Edwards kickoff. Now we have the replay of the touchdown as Borum goes back to pass. And there you see it. About a 45-yard pass completion. So the Harriman fans excited as another player comes on. Harriman was one short, so now things in line as Little will be set to kick the ball away. Brown will be deep for Loudon, along with Rowe. Both these teams coming in with one loss tonight as Little kicks the ball away. Short kick that'll be taken at about the 14-yard line by Brown, the big running back. Coming down the sideline, he's hit by Little at the 42-yard line as he's knocked out of bounds by Jermaine Little. So Loudon will have it 1st and 10, 6:44 remaining in this contest.
Redskins will take over on their own 43-yard line.
Again, the score, Harriman 19, Loudon 18. Bowers, the quarterback, on the handoff to the big fullback. He stopped. A pickup of about a yard, but defensively, the Blue Devils do what they have to do as Edmonds come in along with Little to make the stop for the Blue Devils. 2nd down and 8. They'll spot the ball at the 45. Pryor entering the lineup defensively
2nd and 8. Ball on the 45
for the Devils. Split wide to the left is Loudon. The little fake on the bootleg. Back to pass Bowers. The pass is going to be incomplete as the quarterback Bowers takes a hit back at the 36-yard line. Slow to get up. Ferguson on the stop, along with Bayless as they were defending the passer and the receiver. With that incompletion, it stops the clock with 5:59. 3rd down and 8. The ball still on the 45-yard line. Coach Daniels running the plays in for Loudon. Momentum has shifted in this ball game to Harriman as they trailed throughout the ball game, taking the lead at the 6:48 mark with a 45-yard TD from Borum to Goins. Oh, this time the quarterback's going to be snapped by a host of Blue Devils back at the 35-yard line as that play was doomed from the inception. Bulls on the stop, credited. So that brings up 4th down on the 37-yard line as the quarterback for Loudon appeared to run into one of his own people.
Back to receive the punt, Andre Boyd.
Boyd and Little back to receive the anticipated punt, and there it is, a wobbly end over end that's going away from all of them, takes a Loudon bounce, and it's going to drop dead at about the 22-yard line. Harriman wisely lets it fall, and they'll have 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this contest. And the players trying to get these fans excited. There's a flag that we see at midfield at the 50-yard line. Don't know what this is for, but it's against Loudon. Personal foul.
Personal foul against the Redskins.
So we'll wait and sort this out. The chains and markers have not been moved yet.
If I could ask those kids that are in the Big H over there on the field, on the hill, please refrain from bothering the shrubs. Please get out of the shrubs. Thank you.
So the officials talking to J.R. Voles, the captain for the defensive Harriman team. So they're going to bring this play back. And we'll start over, I would assume. So the official picks the flags up. They all run back. As you see the scores here, the 6th inning, Montreal over Atlanta 4-2. As you run down your screen for those other baseball scores, if you're a baseball fan tonight. But we're football fans here tonight at Wallace Blackfield. Harriman leading 19-18. So the possession error goes back to Loudon. On the personal foul, they'll mark off 15 yards from the infraction and will re-punt it. So now Boyd will be at the 40-yard line, anticipating the kick, as the kicker for Loudon will be at the 10-yard line. You've got to remember that they tried a fake kick over at Kingston last week. Don't anticipate that here. They're too far in the hole. But a good kick, and don't know if we'll gain a lot. We'll see what it's going to do.
Down to the 30-yard line.
So it's going to be at the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line. So Harriman, after the penalty is assessed, will pick up about 9 yards on the play as some more time ran off the clock. 5:04 remaining in the ball game. And now Harriman will have it 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Again, the call-in show, Friday night scoreboard. Immediately following this, guarantee you we'll have a lot of Harriman folks and Kingston folks calling tonight. Big score in Kingston. Harriman wanting to hold on to a 1-point victory here tonight for homecoming. Borum on the handoff to Little. Little turns the corner, and he steps out of bounds. At about the 32-yard line, the official's right there with it. Loudon has a player shaken up.
There's an injured player on the field.
We're going to try to sneak away and take a quick 30 seconds while they attend to the player, telling you 4:54 remaining. Harriman leads by 1, 19-18. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And we're back again as the trainers and the officials tend to an injured Loudon player after the 1-yard run by Little as he steps out of bounds. And they're looking at the young man's knee. We hope that nothing's serious. And they're going to let both sides have a timeout as they ask for the water people to come out. And the player is the big running back, number 32, David Ronska.
He's played one hell of a game tonight. Let's give him a big round of applause.
So a great ball player, as all the Harriman and Loudon fans give him a big hand as he's assisted off the ball field, favoring what appears to be his right ankle or his right knee. So now play set to resume. 2nd down and 8. The ball on the 32 for the Blue Devils of Harriman. The Borum, the quarterback, once again coming under center. Handoff goes to Marty Goins, the senior. And it looks like he's picked up a 1st down. Baker on the stop. Now assisted by Rowe. And it is a 1st down as the officials indicate the markers are moved. So the clock continues to run, and the Blue Devils content to keep the ball on the ground to eat off some of this clock with a 1-point margin. Borum hands off to Goins again. Goins comes around, picks up a couple of 3 yards, carries it to the 45-yard line where it'll bring up 2nd down.
Already going to the ball carrier, stop by number 43.
And about 7. Brown on the stop. Boyd entering the lineup as he brings the play in to the quarterback, Borum. Just under 4 minutes. And it's a final. Wartburg has defeated Rockwood 20-14. Little, the ball carrier, trying to pick up a couple of yards. Bring up third down. Wilkerson on the stop. And the officials have called timeout as Loudon decides to talk about it with timeout. We'll tell you that Harriman leads this ball game 19-18 with 3:28 remaining. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. John Loudon's Auto Body, located on Galahar Road in Kingston, had an opportunity to have him do some work for me. Did a great job. So if you've got any nicks or dings, take them out to John Loudon's. He'll do you a great job. 3:28 remaining, and 19-18. Harriman leading. It's 3rd down and 6. The ball's on Harriman's 47-yard line as Borum to the line, back to pass, being pressured from behind, goes back to the 30. The pass is going to be incomplete as he was being pressured back at the 30-yard line by Loudon. So that'll bring up 4th down. Next week, Harriman travels down to Meigs County on the 24th for game 5 of this season. We'll be halfway through. We'll be skipping Loudon this next week as we've had them 3 weeks in a row. Back to punt the ball away at his own 32-yard line will be J.R. Voles. Bowers back to receive. The rush is on. The kick is off. Wobbly kick that's going to be out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, where Loudon will take over 1st and 10 with 3:14 remaining. Rockwood will be at home next week. They'll take on the Kingston Yellow Jackets. That will be the Coca-Cola game of the week. We'll start with the pregame at 7 o'clock. Kickoff scheduled for 7:30. Look for a big crowd down there as always. You need to get there early. If you can't, tune in to us right here on Channel 7, BBB Communications. We'll be bringing it to you live. I want to say a special thank you for the great hospitality here at Harriman. As always, they put on a good show here for us and take care of us with all of our needs, and we really appreciate them, the coaching staff, and also the faculty members here at Harriman High School. Bowers, the left-handed quarterback, rolls to the left. Back to pass is going to be complete to Brown, but he's hit hard by Ferguson, a pickup of about a yard, and Brown is slow to get up. And the officials will blow the whistle to attend to Brown, so he'll have to come out for a play as he goes back down, tries to get up, and he's hurt. So official timeout. As the big senior Brown is being attended to. Let's try to take a quick 30 seconds. We'll be back in just a moment. So Kurt Brown taken to the sideline. Loudon set to go. Bowers pass complete.
Pass is complete to number 2, Trey Leffler.
Leffer, number 2, the senior, is the receiver. Little on the stop. The ball's going to be spotted at the 40. That's going to be a yard or so short of the 1st down. The clock's still running. 2:29 remaining. Be 3rd down and 2 for Loudon. In the quick huddle. Bowers, the quarterback, out on the handoff. And there's a fumble. And Loudon has recovered it.
By the Redskins, it'll bring up 4th down.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, as it appeared that number 7 never had the handle on the ball. So that brings up 4th down. So Loudon electing to go for it on the handoff, and he's going to be short, and Little goes in and makes the stop, and we may have to have a measurement here. And indeed, we'll go down straight to the field to watch the officials stretch the change to see if Loudon has made a 1st down. If they have not, Harriman can smell victory. The Harriman fans to their feet. Binoculars tuning in. The change brought to the field. They're stretched. It's a 1st down according to the officials. Looked like the football length is all that was past the marker. The change will be set. The clock will be wound, and now the clock starts. You can see it on your screen, 1:34. Both these teams playing their hearts out, and the pass is incomplete. Interference is going to be called by the official. Bowers takes a big hit. An interference play against the Blue Devils is anticipated here. As you can hear the Harriman fans not happy with this call. As we see if we can get a replay for you. You see Bowers under center. He drops back, comes to this side. Awful close. But the official's right there. Now the ball on the 44-yard line. That gives them a first down and 10. A minute 29. They can work the clock well here. Bowers to pass. Leffer, the receiver, it's complete and good for the first down. They carry the ball down to the 30-yard line where it'll be marked, and Loudon on the move again. They'll move the chains, set the play clock, and wind the game clock. Out of the shotgun for the first time tonight. And there's movement offsides against Loudon as the right end moves quickly. It's Wilkerson will be called for the infraction. That stops the clock. We're at a minute 9. 69 seconds remaining. A repeat of first down. Put it at the 35-yard line. Gives them 5 more yards to go. 1st and 15. The clock winds again. We're under a minute. Both sidelines on their feet. The fans excited. The team ready, set to go. Bowers rolling to his right, being pursued. Long, wobbly pass that's going to be knocked down. Close to an interference call defensively there as the Blue Devil fan wants an interference call, but the officials don't see it. And again, our camera crew on that end, you see the pressure? They say both of them going for the ball. 42 seconds. 2nd down and 15. The ball on the Blue Devil 35-yard line. Bowers rolls to the short side of the field. The pass incomplete. So that's going to bring up 3rd down, and it stops the clock. Harriman needs to hold here. The play clock is started. The Harriman fans to their feet. The quarterback rolls to the long side, to the right. The pass is dropped. Trey Leffer drops the pass right in his hands with 31 seconds remaining. The ball spotted on the 35-yard line. And I'm sure Loudon will call timeout here. And indeed they do. Timeout with 31 seconds remaining. Harriman leading 19-18. We'll be back in a moment. So will Loudon go for it or will they try for a field goal? We'll wait and see. Coach Daniels deciding as he talks to his quarterback. He sends him out. They'll be going for it. Bowers comes in with the play from the coach. 4th down and 15 for the first. the ball spotted on the 35-yard line. 35 yards for a touchdown. Coach Bailey, I'm sure, has told his defenders, don't go to sleep. Stay at home. Don't let them have the touchdown. They can give up 14, 15 yards. Bowers rolls. He's being pursued. Long passes. Intercepted. No. He drops the ball. It's incomplete. Wise decision there by Andre Boyd. I believe he could have intercepted that ball, but knew that he would be better off taking over on downs at the 35-yard line. 24 seconds as the Harriman Blue Devil fans wave to the Loudon Redskin fans as they smell a victory, and I'm sure Harriman will go down on a knee to end this ball game with 24 clicks of the clock left. Harriman has come in here tonight ready to play ball as they come alive in the fourth quarter to take charge of this ball game, and Boyd takes the knee. As this ball game will wind down 17 seconds, that was the last snap of the ball game. As you see Bowers on the sideline there, on a knee in disbelief, as the Blue Devils come back to go 3-1 in a big district game, defeating Harriman, as Harriman drops 2-2. So a great ball game here tonight. As the clock winds down, this ball game is over, and Harriman the winner by 1, 19-18. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with scoring highlights of this ball game in just a moment. Well, welcome back to Wallace Black Field. After an exciting ending to this ball game, Harriman victorious tonight in a big district game over Loudon, 19-18. That moves Loudon to 2-2 for the year. That puts Harriman at 3-1. Both of them have a loss against the Kingston Yellow Jackets. We'll go over some of the scoring of this ball game. Loudon scores first at the 3:51 mark with a 26-yard pass from Bowers to Henson. The extra point attempt was no good. After the first kick attempt, there was a penalty against Harriman, and they decline it. Come back, Harriman jumps off sides again. This time Loudon elects to take the penalty. They go for 2, and it's no good. The second touchdown comes by Loudon in the second quarter at 5:54 with a 10-yard pass to Ronska. The extra point attempt is no good as they elected to go for 2 again. They lead at the halftime 12-0. Then in the third quarter, but no, I take it back. In the second quarter, Harriman comes back in and scores with a 10-yard run from Little. The point after is no good. So at the end of the first half, it's 12-6, Loudon leading over Harriman. In the third quarter, there was no scoring, but then Harriman comes alive in the fourth quarter with a 1-yard run and from Runska at the 9:54 mark for Loudon. It's 18-13, or 18. At 8:18, a 24-yard run by Borum for the touchdown makes it 18-13. The point after is good, and then with 6:48 remaining, a pass from Boyd to Goins for 45 yards for the touchdown is good. That puts Harriman up 19-18 in a great homecoming victory here for the Harriman Blue Devils. There were 4 turnovers in this ball game, 1 fumble each and 1 interception each for each team. Again, a great game here tonight. If you're a Harriman Blue Devil fan, you can talk about it. You can call in tonight on the scoreboard show with Ron Berry. A big score over in Kingston. Let's see if we can get Coach Bailey. He's fixing to get the ice, and indeed he just got the ice and the water across the way as the team members are sneaking up behind him, and Coach Bailey gets soaked. So this really puts Harriman in the driver's seat, and I'm sure that Ron and all of them will talk about it tonight at the call-in show. So again, on behalf of all of us here at Channel 7, BBB Communications, the Johnson Coca-Cola Company, we're glad that you were with us here for the Johnson Coca-Cola Game of the Week. We'll be next week at Rockwood, where the Kingston Yellow Jackets come to Rockwood for the Coca-Cola Game of the Week. We'll close tonight's game out by telling you once again the final score. The Harriman Blue Devils 19, the Loudon Redskins 18. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law, and the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Tennessee Barnes & Buildings in Jacksboro has all your storage building needs. At Tennessee Barnes & Buildings, you can pick out your building, then custom design it how you want it, and then have it delivered. Our friendly staff will help you with all your design needs. Are you worried about financing? Well, at Tennessee Barnes & Buildings, there's no credit check, so no one is turned down. Plus, you can rent to own your own building. Tennessee Barnes & Buildings in Jacksboro says come on down for your next building. Or call 423-449-8139.